I can't believe it's Friday. Our last show here on Media Row. I still call it Radio Row because I'm an old lady. We're in San Francisco. It is the Bay Area Super Bowl. Patriots, Seahawks. How's it going to go? We've got some awesome stuff going on FanDuel Sportsbook, who powered this show. Take a look at this beautiful set. Take a look at what's been going on here. And let me show you what I have next to me. By the way, I have... Look at this right next to me. Can we... Oh, Miles, come on in here, baby. Watch out for the coffee. So take a look at this bad boy. Do you know what this is? This is the Lombardi Trophy, not just any Lombardi Trophy. Take a look. This one will be the one that's given out to either the Seahawks or the Patriots. Who's it gonna be? I won't even touch this thing. You need white gloves and stuff, but I have some ideas on who might be hosting this Lombardi. Let's get to the show. Huge guests in store. I got the Lombardi Trophy. That's guest number one. Let's take a look at who will be stopping by. Listen, Fernando Mendoza, he projected number one overall pick. He goes to the Raiders. Do they hoist the Lombardi Trophy? Are they sitting here ahead of a Super Bowl at some point? Puka Nacua, he'll probably be in rare form after his boy Matthew Stafford took home the MVP last night. That's a hard one to say. Carson Schwesinger. Oof, that one's tough, you guys. He'll be on the program as well. Little offense, little defense. Jaxson Dart Cam Skattebo together. Talked to them last night, caught up with them. Michael Penix Jr. and Bryce Young are quarterbacks du jour here to wrap it up. Huge thanks to Up and Adams, to everyone at FanDuel, to the entire team. It has been so insane with guests. Revolving door. We've got social. Please follow us, by the way, at Up and Adams Show with our YouTube page, because not all of these will be on the TV side. We appreciate you watching. Big, big thanks to everyone. I do want to get to a couple of the... Sorry? Oh, yeah, we have a parlay, by the way. I've got some fun little betting things for you here. But here's my parlay. It's up right now. The odds are plus 482. I think this is very wholesome, and I think all of these are very doable. Drake May, 1+ passing touchdowns. Jaxson Smith-Njigba, 80+ receiving. Then, everyone loves Kenneth Walker for a touchdown. I like him for 80+ rushing and receiving yards. Ramondre Stevenson as my anytime touchdown scorer. Mac Jones last night, his bold prediction when I ran into him was that Ramondre has two touchdowns for his former team, the Patriots, and a potential upset win. Who is hoisting the Lombardi at Levi's Stadium on Sunday? And big thanks to FanDuel for making all of this possible as we get you set for Super Bowl 60. Great guests. And I got to tell you, the overlords over at FanDuel, they handed me this little card. Have I read it yet? What do you think? No, but you and I together are going to get a little inside look into how the world at large, including you and me, are betting on this game, and we want to pass that along. So let's take a look here at some of these betting trends. Okay, here's the first one that I found really interesting. Jaxson Smith-Njigba. Hammy, do you want to come up here and talk through some of these? Hammy's in a suit. He's got a job interview. He's turning in his 2 weeks right after the show. That's fine. I'm happy for you. Jaxson Smith-Njigba, the most popular selection of first and anytime touchdown. That's pretty vanilla granola. That I knew.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I would have expected that one. There's a few of these, though, that were some curveballs that I did not quite see.
Why would our boy McDonald give it to Jaxson first in the end zone and dial it up that way instead of giving it to Kenneth Walker and saying, this is what we're going to do all game long, run it down your freaking throat?
That's true. That might be a good alt pick there for that first.
Dealer's choice.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. I have Jaxson.
Yeah.
I don't anymore. It's Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kenneth Walker, how about this one? Take me through this next one, these trends. By the way, these are nowhere to be found, but here. What else you got?
So, popular over-under prop, Kenneth Walker's rushing and receiving is one of the most popular player props. The over-under's there.
Okay, and what do you think it's going to be?
I think he's going to get 100 total between his rushing and receiving combined. I think he gets to 100.
And in my parlay, it's just 80+, right?
Yeah.
It's a little 80+, a little value for you over on FanDuel Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook, where I do believe today's bet is that. Today's profit boost is about at first and last touchdown scorers. We had a different one every day this week, so make sure you get the either the Jaxson Smith or the Kenneth Walker. Okay, next one. Most bet things on FanDuel Sportsbook ahead of Super Bowl 60. Oh, okay, there's splits for the heads or tails.
Yeah.
Are you interested in this?
There's a coin toss, 55% on head. I feel like it's always skewed kind of tails. I'm surprised it's heads.
55 heads, 45 tails.
No, I mean as far as
I have no analysis to give on that. I do. Okay. Hey, what would you? Well, the man handed me the card. You should have tested me on these.
All right. Most popular bet Gatorade color. What do you think it is?
I would hope it's the one that tastes the best, which is the blue. The blue.
It is yellow or lime green.
So are those the usual one? Is that like based on what, Overlords? Like based on what algo? Seahawks? Blue.
Oh.
No, I don't know. Red is a terrible look. Red stains, don't use red. Go ahead.
All right, and there's a bet. What will happen first for the New England Patriots, punt or score points? What do you think the percentage is on punts for New England versus score points?
The percentage on, I have no idea.
So people are betting more on punt. It's trending more towards people betting that the Patriots will punt before they score points. What do you think that percentage is?
40. No, 85.
97% of people that are betting on it think that the Patriots will punt before they score a point in this game.
Oh, I'm raging against the machine. I'm a 3%er here. Hey, tell me about my accounting portfolio. How are my investments doing today?
I mean, I can't look nice for one day.
You can make fun of my outfit. I literally can't sit.
Yeah.
This was me when I got to the set. I go, oh, how is this going to work? Oh, Titanic's going to have to sit like this today.
Scoliosis brace.
Yeah. I have a scoliosis brace. It's so true. But my abs have never looked better. Okay, so then anything else we have to discuss here? Do you like our parlay? Can I see my parlay one more time? I just need to make sure before we get this out into the world. And we have, by the way, a $6 million jackpot. So whichever we want to look at there. I love them both. We've got our parlay. Here it is. Hammy. Yeah.
So,
I want a Marcus Jones somewhere in here. I need a pick six. How's that looking?
We could get a pick six in there. We talked about Kenneth Walker a little bit. I think there was something to this 50-50 split that he had with Charbonnet all year. He's had fresh legs in these playoffs because of that. And even with Charbonnet going down, with him carrying the workload, he's one of those guys that gets better as he gets more touches, which we've seen in these playoffs. I think he's going to have a big day.
You could have a big day. I could have a big day. Everyone out there can have a big day with the $6 million jackpot. That's what's going on tomorrow. FanDuel running it back. This is huge. All you got to do is pick one anytime touchdown scorer for the game. And if you pick the guy who scores the first or the last touchdown, guess what you win? A share of $6 million, which we love. So many great guests on the show. Jaxson Dart Cam Skattebo, Puka Nacua. We got Fernando Mendoza, the projected #1 pick to the Raiders. We'll talk to him. Michael Penix, Bryce Young, and yesterday afternoon, we got to sit with a true icon who took shots at me, who took shots at her friend Snoop Dogg. Here's Martha Stewart. All right, we got our Pepsi, we got our crowd, and we are here with an absolute icon, a legend, a mogul, doing it all. And on behalf of Pepsi at Bay Area Local Eats, there's an on-site event. Martha Stewart, welcome to the show. Tell us all about it.
Thank you. Well, I'm here with Pepsi and their friends, neighbors, and we are happy to announce that they have helped a lot of local restaurants for this Super Bowl, they're helping with their publicity, they're helping with their PR, they're helping promote their fabulous dishes that they're cooking. And you know, this is a big crowd to descend upon San Francisco, and everybody needs to eat, and you might as well eat at the best places.
Food, football, Pepsi, it all comes together.
The whole thing.
When you hear football, Super Bowl, what's the first thing food-wise and Pepsi-wise and just ambiance-wise that comes to mind to Martha?
Well, I mean, football is associated with so many different delicious foods. And here in San Francisco, there's Chinese, there's Japanese. It's a melting pot of cuisine. And of course, the teams bring their cuisine too. The Dungeness crab comes from Seattle. That's the biggest marketplace. And then the lobster rolls come from the East Coast. And it goes on and on. I'm happy to be here. It's really fun.
And you are, listen, you're a sports girly. We did some research, and I want to take you back to, I actually don't know what year this was, but it's you, Nicole Miller. You were wearing, listen, not everybody can pull off wearing a baseball as a dress, Martha.
Isn't that the greatest dress?
I'm obsessed. Tell me everything I need to know about
Nicole,
this.
we were invited to opening day of the Yankees. We're all Yankees fans. And Nicole designed the baseball dress for us. So that has the red stitching, just like a baseball has. And we made a big hit that day. And the Yankees won. I remember they won that day.
I know you have a sports job coming your way with Snoop, Milan, NBC Olympics. I want to say, you've been a sports girly since you were 10 years old, and you're talking about the Yankees. You were the babysitter of a Mickey Mantle's children?
No, not Mickey's. No,
Who?
no. That was a girlfriend of mine got Mickey.
Okay.
I got Yogi Berra's kids.
You babysat Yogi Berra's kids?
I did indeed, and Gil McDougall's kids. So
What do you remember about that?
Oh, it was just fun. They were, serious, good parents. And they had to leave their kids a lot because they were always at Yankee Stadium across the river. This was all in New Jersey. And we would drive up from Nutley, New Jersey to Englewood and Teaneck, and that's where they all lived. And it was just fun. It's fun to reminisce with Yogi and his wife about their kids. It's so funny.
You are a true Yankees fan.
Oh, yes.
We are an NFL fan, a Super Bowl fan. Milan is coming up, of course. The only thing that goes better than food and football is you and Snoop Dogg.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I go over next Saturday, and Snoop and I are reporting on the skating events in Milan.
Gorgeous.
Which are going very well. I mean, Snoop has been interviewing the individual skaters, and we're going to actually report, as we did for the equestrian events in the Summer Olympics in Paris.
Yeah.
That Versailles, that was the best. And so now we're doing the skating. We're also taking visitors, viewers to La Scala Opera House.
Okay.
So we're doing a little lifestyle while we're there.
I love that. There's a big narrative in football that players that are from warm weather states, Florida, California, like Snoop, they get criticized like they can't perform in harsh conditions.
And I don't blame them. I mean, you get used to it. Your body gets used to where you live.
Yeah. How does Snoop? How are we preparing Snoop to handle?
Well, have you seen Snoop? Have you seen him? He was interviewing somebody yesterday.
I haven't. Tell
in
me.
A white bunny fur coat lined in red bunny fur. He did not look cold at all.
He looked great. What would it be if you were to describe not the dynamic, but just like the staying power of you two and your connection?
Well, it just works. I mean, here I am, the white girl, old lady, hanging out with the. I thought Snoop Dogg was much younger. I mean, much older than he is.
When you met him?
Oh my gosh, I thought he was.
Well,
like
he was a guest on your show.
He was
That's how you met.
48 years old when I met him, and I thought he was like in his 60s. Because he looks like an old man. I look like a younger woman, and he looks like an older man.
Shots fired. There's trouble in paradise between Martha and
Snoop has not changed one iota in the time I've known him. And he's now, I think he's now 52 or something.
I heard that when you're having trouble falling asleep, you try to watch a show. Is that true?
Oh, always.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, hockey a part of the Olympics. Are you watching Heated Rivalry at all to get set for?
I tried.
That didn't like it.
Doesn't turn me on. That's not my stuff.
What's your stuff, Martha? You're so candid. I just love having. You're an absolute.
Mobland's my stuff.
Mobland is your stuff. Okay.
Oh, I love Mobland.
I've never
Guy
seen
Ritchie. Did you watch it?
No. Isn't it fantastic?
Best thing on TV in 2025.
Okay, Martha. Martha doesn't need any bunny suit. She's heating up here.
Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren.
I mean, come on.
And Tom Hardy. He's my.
That's your type?
Man. Oh yeah.
I heard you say you don't need a man. No room.
I don't actually need a man. But men are nice.
Martha, I work with all men. Every person.
Lucky girl. Are you married?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm kind of like you. Like, no, whatever.
You're too young not to want to be married.
You think?
Yes, you better get married.
Give me your advice. Why should I get married?
I just think every woman should experience marriage. And you should experience having a child.
Like having a migrant? Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You have to have a child.
Yeah, I have to? Okay, Martha told me. What would be your best dating advice for me then to find that husband and have a child?
You're surrounded. Look at this place. Yeah. Like 99% men. But there's somebody out there for you.
When I said Martha Stewart's hopping by the Up and Adams show today, every man was like, Martha, they're all here lining up to talk to you. What actually works for you? Like, how can, nobody really gets my attention. I can't even imagine what it's like to be Martha Stewart.
Pay attention.
No, but how did someone get your attention where it works?
Maybe that glint,
if you're not
the glint in the eye, the nice smile, nice
Are you in love right now? I feel like you're very
teeth.
lovey.
Well, I could be.
Wow. I thought you were going to come here and say, I don't need a man. I don't need it. Like, this is great.
It just depends on where I am. San Francisco is a nice city.
Romantic city?
Oh, it is a very romantic city.
Oh, okay, this is making my absolute day. Tell me more about Pepsi and what we can expect on Sunday. Will you be at the game?
No, I am not. Unfortunately, I have to go back to New York.
Okay.
But I'm here to do all the nice promotions. And Pepsi is they've done such a great job here in San Francisco. They have helped a lot of restaurants, local restaurants, do their promotions, inform people about their specialties and their kinds of food that they're serving during this very busy time in San Francisco. So they've aided restaurants with their photography efforts and their as I said, their publicity. And tonight there's a big party, and Pepsi is having a sort of a food fest with a lot of the restaurants that they're supporting.
It's a fan zone. It's free, and you'll be there?
I will.
Ooh, free beverages,
eating all that
music.
Great food. It's very nice.
We will be there. We appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you so much, Martha. Appreciate you, and have a great Super Bowl. Let's go. Thank you.
Second and goal. Penix, end zone, touchdown! Drake London! And Penix with a bullet!
My next guest is the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, here with Sharpie, who just was featured in the highlights playing, and instead he looks at me and goes, "You have a nice set. This is pretty good." Did you not see that highlight of you?
No, I saw it. It looked good. It looked real good.
Thank you for being here. You look great. You're here on behalf of Sharpie. I'm sure you're signing autographs here at Media Row. And this is all about you being a lefty. Tell me about why you work with them.
Right. No, I work with them because it's a high-performance pen. And, as a high-performance athlete, you want to work with things that's high-performance as well. And, obviously, for a lefty, you spoke on being a lefty, using a Sharpie S-Gel pen, it's no smear, no smudge. And I'm the OG rookie. And this year is our newest rookie of the year is Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. So me and Rome, we started it off, and it's been going since.
Yesterday I had to sign something. I was at NFL Honors. I was wearing a gown, and I signed something in green marker, and my entire hand got dirty, and I got it all over my dress. And I was like, I should be in a Sharpie commercial.
Yeah, you got
because I could have used this to leave my mark on and off the stage last night. I'm not kidding. It's a true story.
Exactly. Yeah, Sharpie, you don't got to worry about that. So we got to get you in that next.
Left-handers, no, and if you're a right-hander, you still obviously have the iconic and really dependable. Like if Sharpie, it's Sharpie and everybody else.
Right.
Okay, now let's get to you. There's a bit of an elephant in the room named a Lombardi Trophy right over here, and it is okay. You looked at it. That's interesting because a lot of players will not look at it. This is the real thing.
I just won't touch it.
This is the one you don't want to touch it.
Nah, not.
And I know why. How does that work?
You can't touch it till it's yours.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
When you look at this, and somebody will get this on Sunday, what is the relationship you have with wanting to be the guy that gets handed that so you can finally put your lefty Sharpie paws on it?
I mean, that's everybody's dream. Obviously, as a kid, you grow up and you're like, I want to make it to the NFL. But, like, as you get older, you learn, like, you don't just want to make it. You want to win. You want to win all the games, and you want to make it to be able to hold that trophy up and say that that's something that you accomplished. So that's definitely something that I want to do one day, and it'll get done.
It'll get done. I love to hear it. It has to get done only if your knee's okay.
Right.
Where are we in the process with the knee?
Yeah, I'm doing real good right now. I just met with my doctor yesterday. He likes where I'm at, and we starting to get things going. I'm doing a lot of strengthening and stuff right now, so I know I'll be back and ready whenever the time comes.
Has it been like a test of patience? What have you learned about yourself through the process? It happened week 11.
Yeah.
So not too long ago.
I wouldn't say too much of a test. I kind of knew what to expect. It's my third time going through it now, so I kind of knew what to expect, and I knew how to attack the rehab process so that I can be better after.
Do you think you're ahead of schedule?
I think
schedule?
I'm maybe a little bit ahead.
Week 1's coming.
It is.
Is that your goal, week 1?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I
I'll
hope
be
to
ready.
see you out there. That'd be amazing.
I will.
You're here with Sharpie. I thought we'd play a little game. Sign or decline, okay? I'm going to give you a statement. If you sign off, you sign it. If you disagree, you decline. Ready?
Okay.
You could beat any of your Falcons teammates in a game of one-on-one. Are you signing that?
Sign.
Tell me more about your game.
I always pick me. It don't matter what it is. I always pick me.
What are you bad at?
I'm not bad at nothing.
Nothing? Okay, love that. Florida produces the best football players hands down.
Sign. Athletes, football players, everything.
I need to hear your argument over everybody else.
It ain't no argument.
There's nothing?
There's no argument.
Okay, Atlanta has the best food in the country.
I'm going to sign. Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, I just feel like I spent so much time in Florida, growing up. I feel like at home, my mom's at home, so I feel like her food the best. So that's in Florida.
Okay, that's the right answer. You're going to sign off on that with your Sharpie. A trip to Costco is the perfect way to spend a Saturday.
Decline.
Really?
Decline.
I don't even know. Why did we ask that?
Because whenever they told me I was a starting quarterback, I was in Costco actually.
Oh.
You know, so I feel like that might be the reason. But
Yeah.
I'd rather just
You were
be
getting
at
95
home.
pounds of cream cheese and some like now and laters. What were you doing there?
Nah, I was just going there shopping, and then I
Yeah.
just got the phone call.
Are you a sample guy?
No.
You're not?
No.
Like when you see me, you won't go get it?
Nah.
I don't either. I'm like embarrassed. I don't know why.
Nah,
I have like
don't do it.
performance anxiety. You won't go get a sample?
No, I'm trying to be in and out.
Yeah, Richard, you hear that? He doesn't get Shots fired at my producer. It's more fun being a lefty quarterback.
Sign.
Why?
Because we do it the best.
Yeah, and unique and
Me and
rare,
Tua
and
holding
I love
on.
that. I saw Bijan Robinson last night in the middle of my green ink dress crisis. He was DJing last night at
That's what I
NFL
saw.
Honors. I know, I saw. If you had to ask him to play one track that describes your off season right now, what is it? Hey, DJ.
Describe my off season.
Yeah.
To be honest, it'll be I don't know.
No song?
I don't know. I wake up in the morning, I listen to gospel all morning.
I was just
and
thinking.
then I play
song.
like all my rap stuff later in the day.
Which gospel song would you have, Bij?
I would say I smile. I go Kirk Franklin.
Okay.
'Cause
I
even
think
when I'm hurt, I smile.
I love that.
I like that.
And you're getting closer to smiling than not hurting, which we love, and closer to this Lombardi. Okay, can we go back to week 4, please?
Week 4,
Yes.
let's do it.
What do you remember? Let's take a look. Look up at these TVs. You threw a career high, 313 passing yards. You were on one. 43 came on this dime right here to Drake London down the sideline. In honor of our friends at Sharpie, is this the signature part of your game? Get it?
For sure. No, I like that. I like that. It is. That's what I like to do, push the ball down the field and, give my guys a chance to make big-time plays. And this was a fun game. Definitely, we were clicking on all cylinders on offense this game.
I keep hearing next step out of you. You want to take the next step. You expect the offense to take the next step under this new leadership. Can you sort of, if you had a Sharpie and a canvas and you could draw me the picture of what that next step looks like, what does it look like?
I would say postseason. We got to make it to the postseason. I feel like we have the team to do it. We have the guys to do it, and obviously we got new coaching staff come in, and we definitely high on those guys. And we're able to keep Brick, our defensive coordinator, and he did a great job with the defense last year. So for the offense, we got to do our part and make sure we're in that postseason and playing for something big.
Was the first interaction with Stefanski a phone call or in person?
The first one was a phone call. I don't even know if he was in Atlanta yet. I think he was still trying to move all his stuff. So he called me like that same day, and we had a conversation.
Can you take me into the conversation? I don't want to know the details, but I guess I want to know the dominant feeling that you had, the feeling you had after talking to him.
No, it felt great. I feel like for him, for me, I feel like I'm a family-oriented guy, and I love my family and I love the people around me, and I put my family over football. I go faith family football. So he asked me about my family. So I was excited to be able to hear him ask me about that. And it wasn't just straight to football. He wanted to get to know me
Really?
as a person. So that was really good.
And then the second meeting was let's talk ball?
Yeah.
Okay,
for
I love it.
sure.
Have you sat with him yet?
It was quick.
Yeah.
It was real quick. He was in and out of the building. Obviously, he still has his family, back in Cleveland and stuff like that. So he's been trying to settle in. So.
Michael, how excited are you for him to take this team to that next step?
I'm very excited. I hear nothing but great things about the offense, and I'm super excited. I hear that this offense will definitely bring the best out of me and allow me to play very good football. So I look forward to it.
I love that. I want to ask you, you're candid, faith family football.
Yeah.
Tied at the top, family and faith, I'm sure. You were so, I admire your eloquence in putting your thoughts out to the world. When you do that, you never know how it's going to be interpreted.
Yeah.
That's just the part of the game.
Right.
If you go back to that Instagram why did you post that?
Yeah, that's just how I was feeling. I see some people trying to twist it up and make it seem about whatever Matt Ryan said in his pressure before, but because of the timing of it. But I'm not an overthinker. I don't really think too much about that. I don't play the whole media game and stuff like that, social media game. But I just posted because that's what I was feeling. You know, I feel like I've been through a lot in my journey to get to where I'm at today, and it's a lot of stuff that I don't say out loud, and I just expressed it through that post, and it had nothing to do with anything else other than what was exactly said. What you saw that was said, that's what it was about.
It was in a vacuum. It's how you were. I think it's important for you to be able to say that because
Right.
people are twisting it. So to
Right.
set the record, it wasn't about, I think, Stephen A.
Yeah.
It wasn't about Matt Ryan.
I don't even know what Stephen A. said.
I don't even, right? Is that something?
Yeah, so I don't.
There was something.
Man, it's nothing. It don't got nothing to do about nobody else but me. It's about me, my life, and what I go through each and every day.
Yeah. I want to say people are quick to miss it. You said twist. It's a perfect way to say it. I want people to understand. I don't know that you've done this research. We did. You've played 14 NFL games so far. 14. Just 14. I want you to look at these statistics right here. And your start to your NFL career up against the last two MVPs and how they started their career. So I want to, Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen, look at these numbers, it's very equal. When I show you this, what sticks out to you, or where does your head go?
Man, I know who I am as a player. I know who I am as a person. You know, I don't let the whole outside world get to me. You know, I know what I can do on the football field, and I'm gonna show that. You know, but yeah, first 14 games starting, only 14. I heard somebody say I haven't even played a full season yet, so technically I'm still a rookie. But that don't matter. That don't matter. Everybody want to see us win football games, and that's my job, to help us win football games, and that's what I'm gonna do. So. Whenever that start happening, you know, the story will start flipping.
Michael, you as a quarterback, it's almost like your obligation to use every resource available to you. Every tool you can, every minute, every bit of faith, all of it matters. It's like such a small margin for error. I'd like to know how you view the advantage of having Matt Ryan back in the building, in charge, as far as a quarterback to quarterback. Like, what is the best use of that resource?
Yeah, I feel like he knows how to win. He knows how to win here, and that's the biggest thing. You know, he knows how to win here. He knows what it looks like, and you know, obviously,
MVP.
Yeah, MVP. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. You know, I feel like I got a lot of respect to him and what he's done for the Falcons organization and his career. You know, in general. So to be able to have him in the building, to be able to have him as a resource, somebody that, you know, I know I can go to at any point to ask his perspective on different things, playing the position. That's
Did he say that? Did he say, reach out to me? What's been the message from him?
No, for him, he's just always like, hey, I'm open. You know, you can call my phone whenever. You know, we can go sit down and get lunch whenever. You know, he's a guy that he has no ego at all. You know, he's never been, you know, nothing but genuine to me, and just always giving me whatever resources I need.
I love it. Okay, let's wrap this with Sharpie. I'm staring at him here. We're going to leave them for some autographs. How is Sharpie helping you hit your mark and leave your mark?
Yeah, like I said, it's a high-performance pen, you know, and I signed all my biggest contracts with the Sharpie S Gel pen.
Okay.
So that's how it's helping me leave my mark. You know, I'm leaving my mark on that piece of paper, and you know, like I said, it's no smear, no smudge, and it writes very smooth and bold. So I really enjoy it.
I love that. We've got CeeDee Lamb coming up on the show. We've got Puka Nacua up on the show. We've got a fellow quarterback, Bryce Young, and Jaxson Dart stopping by the program. Great to see you.
Yeah.
And good luck next year. I can't wait to see you one step closer to this guy.
I know it.
Playoffs are on the agenda for our friend with Sharpie, Michael Penix Jr. Oh, and the pen part. 5-time Pro Bowler. Gosh, and you come to the Pro Bowl every year. And I love that for you because people want to say the Pro Bowl isn't fun, CeeDee Lamb, and you have a blast. And I love that you make it cool.
I have a grand ball every time. I don't know why people feel that way, but I mean, I guess it's because we're not wearing pads and wearing flags, I guess. So, I mean, it's a good experience for me.
Why do you love it so much? People want to say it's not that. Like, you are always living your best life. You're like the spokesperson for like what that needs to be before you go to your Super Bowl and win it, which will happen too.
Right. I just feel like it's a time and a place to really just expose myself as far as the type of person I am. I'm a personable person. Obviously, I'm a great player, but like me as a person outside the pads, a couple people should see that.
You're more than a great player. You're like the most well-rounded, complete wide receiver in the National Football League. I love that you were there. You look like you were having so much fun. NFC squad won, by the way. That matters. 60-52. We love that.
Right.
Were you snapping the ball? Let's take a look. Were you snapping the ball? Were you the center in the tush push last night?
Sure was.
What the hell is this?
I mean, I never see it fail, so I was wondering if it was the center or if it was Jalen or like what the situation might be. But no, it was a great experience for everybody, a laughable moment.
If I had told you when I met you that you'd play center once in your life, what would you tell me?
Say that again. If I play what?
If you played center, if I was to tell you
Lord.
that.
I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't believe you unless I was a long snapper or something. Then there's a chance.
Then there is that. We saw your Pro Bowl teammate Puka shoot a shot at Sydney Sweeney on Twitter. We were talking about this. If you were putting yourself out there, CeeDee, to a celebrity,
okay,
how would that go? And who do you have in mind?
I mean, I'm not sending that on a post. If I'm going to shoot my shot, I'm going to DM it. I want it to be direct. I want to be direct. Or I could just wait till I see them.
What does the DM say? What's up?
Nah, it ain't going to be what's up. It's more cliche than that.
Okay.
Be a little more razzle-dazzle. I like to keep things.
A little more razzle-dazzle.
I'm smooth now. This thing's get serious.
You're smooth and you're consistent. 5 Pro Bowls, 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons. You passed Dez freaking Bryant on Dallas's all-time receptions list. Yards, by the way, next on the list to pass Dez. If we look at the franchise leaders, take a look at those, CeeDee. Those are the franchise leaders here on the most iconic team in NFL history. What are you most proud of about carving your spot among those?
That's crazy. I never saw this. That's fire. I'm grateful. Obviously, I'm blessed to even have my name in a list with these guys.
Look at those people.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my work, yet my head is still down. It's nothing but God, my family, my team, my teammates, my coaches, everybody involved.
You're only 26 years old still.
Sure,
so, goodbye everybody else on that list. I can't even imagine. The sky is the limit for you. And then you want some hardware.
I did. And I want plenty of hardware. But, I mean, we can start with one. I feel like once one get down, I feel like that's where the dominoes start to fall. You know, for us, we just got to cross that hump, get over the speed bump, and enjoy this ride.
How do you do it?
Stay consistent, man. We can't really just get too away from who we are. Stay aggressive, be who we are, and just play great ball.
We got George Pickens, who I like the vibe there. You and him are for each other.
Right.
There's reverence there. You have a great relationship. Are you doing, how much behind the scenes work are you doing to keep him there?
A lot.
Tell me.
Because everybody in my face is trying to recruit him while I'm standing right next to him as if I'm not.
At the Pro Bowl?
Yes.
Tell me who. I want to know
Micah
who.
For one.
Micah?
Let's start with Micah. He's trying to
get out of here.
Yeah,
with
I don't
your
know.
Scooter. Go
I don't know what's
else.
going on with him. He's a little too active to be on a scooter, you know. And that's the only team that I'll stay with right now. But it's a couple people that I feel like is definitely trying to get my mans away from me. But I need to know one
more person. Who else? Give me one more person who came up and tried to talk to George.
Let me see. It was for sure Keyshawn. So the Green Bay clearly wants
Nixon?
Now you got me ratting on people.
No. Of course Green Bay wants him. They need him.
I'm done ratting on people.
Is that a resolution? Personal goal for CeeDee. I am done ratting on people. Green Bay wants George Pickens.
Yeah, but they're not getting them.
But you said you got some razzle dazzle in the DMs. Give me the
I'm going right to the source.
CeeDee. You going right to George? Right to Jerry?
I'm going right to the source. I don't need no middleman. I don't need no help. And we don't have to keep it cute. I'm going to tell you what I want.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. And you hear what I got to say. And then we go win.
And it's you and Dak doing that. Dak said he's going to get involved too.
We want to win.
How come you guys want him so bad?
We want to win. He's a great player. He's a phenomenal player, great person. He's like my brother off the field. He's like my brother on the field. And I feel like those type of relationships, it don't hit off like that every single time, especially in the league. A lot of people have families. A lot of people have kids, wives, and people to attend to at home, so they have their own little thing. As for us, we're obviously two young men in the league wanting to thrive.
You had an amazing year. Congrats
Appreciate
on that.
it.
I know a ring is in your future.
Can't wait.
Thank you for putting the fans first. That's why I think you come to the Pro Bowl.
For sure.
Obviously for you and to have fun, but you want the fans to have that experience. You've never turned out an autograph. You are that guy. I hear it all the time.
Right.
And I love that. One last question for you before we get to the why you're here, which is, again, another thing for fans.
Right.
Lifelong Cowboys fans, which I love.
Absolutely.
We just had Cooper DeJean on, so it makes me think of A.J. Brown. Derrick Henry's saying, I want A.J. Brown. Trade him to us. You play, I mean, he had like a taxing year, a lot of criticism, a lot of that. You know Jalen Hurts.
Right.
Do you kind of, I don't know how to even ask this, like, do you understand what A.J. Brown's position is?
Yeah, man.
Do you have like empathy for him since you know Jalen? What is that? What are your thoughts on that?
It's just it's our position. You got to be much more selfless than selfish, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. You running all these routes with no reward. Granted, you never know what's going on behind you. As for us, we running as far as we can, as fast as we can, trying to get open, and then we don't see the ball in there. I feel like sometimes it get demoralizing after you go a quarter or two without seeing the ball. That's just, it's the nature of the business. I feel like a lot of people don't put a lot of thought into that, and then you realize the conditioning that you're in by the time you get the ball. Now you're tired. Now mentally you're kind of out of it, but you still got to be locked in. Granted, I get it. Like, I understand, man. I know this game is mentally taxing, and I feel like if you're not mentally tough, you're not really built for it.
I think it's really, really well said. And he does have Jalen. That's a pretty nice vibe there.
Yes, absolutely.
Pretty good life to have Jalen throwing you the ball, right?
Yeah,
look at that smile.
Better him than see, look, stop it.
No, I'm just kidding. You love Jack. Oklahoma.
Yes,
see him last night. You love Jack.
I love
everybody. Okay, you also love making people's day. Tell me what you did with USAA.
Okay, I'm here on behalf of Partnership of USAA, here to give Sergeant Farrell and his wife 2 tickets to the Super Bowl. It's going to be so amazing. 14-year, tenured Purple Heart recipient. So I feel like the selflessness speaks for itself.
Did you give it to them already?
No, I'll see them on Saturday.
Wait, do they know they're coming?
Yeah, they know they're coming.
Oh my gosh, they're going to meet you?
Yes, right.
That's amazing.
And I get to meet them, so it's going to be a fun time.
It's a USAA Salute to Service Lounge on Sunday before the game.
Right.
Most players go home. Most players bounce. You are staying and hanging out with them, and I love that about you.
I'll be here.
Yeah, and thanks to all of our veterans, our troops, everybody who served our country. CeeDee Lamb, soon to be Super Bowl champ. What a treat. An absolute honor. Actually, this is one of those things that I actually think I'm dreaming. I can't imagine the man next to me has gotten much sleep since last night. It is a pleasure and an honor to welcome Hall of Famer. Let's get a close-up on the face. Hall of Famer Adam Vinatieri's here.
Woo, thank you so much for having me here.
Did you sleep at all?
Minimally. I think by the time I got back to the room and decompressed a little bit, and then I started trying to go through some voicemails and some text messages. You know, it's hard to keep the secret for the 3 weeks after they knock on the door and not tell anybody, and everybody asks, and so they all feel a little bit like I didn't tell them, but you know, it's part of the deal. It was awesome.
We're watching it right here. That beautiful knock. What's going through your mind, Adam?
Oh, man, I tell you what, it was having Mort knock on my door. You know, I grew up watching him and tried to be like him, played against him a couple of times, and I just remember thinking, man, this is the greatest ever. I want to be like him. And so for him to actually come and knock on the door and tell me I made it was awesome.
You look a little surprised. How surprised were you?
Well, you know, you never take it for granted, that's for sure. I mean, you look at the class and all the finalists, and you're like, man, any one of these guys are absolutely deserving to make it. So for me, you know, getting the phone call a year ago and letting me know that I didn't make it, I didn't want to get my expectations and my hopes too high, but yeah, when they knocked on the door, it was hard choking back the tears.
It is undeniable, no question. I'm not surprised. This is a job well done by the Hall of Fame because you won. You did this. See, this is the real thing. This is the one for Sunday. You did it. You did it a couple times, few times.
Yeah.
A few times.
Part of that.
I would like to know the first person last night. It must be hard to keep that secret, huh?
It really is. You know, obviously my parents were the first people that I called. I wanted to, you know, bring my family into the mix. And my dad said, I can't believe you kept it from you this long. I'm like, I've sworn to secrecy, I swear.
Keep it from your family?
Well, like I said, I heard about it.
Last night?
Yeah.
You didn't tell your, parents? What is going on?
I know. Maybe some of the guys sneak it to their parents and tell them that they can't say anything. But I just really wanted, I wanted the surprise to be there and just walking out there on the stage and at the honors, seeing all the great football players that I shared the field with, and then having the Hall of Famers come up and like welcome us into the club was really amazing. And I couldn't be happier with the other guys that got in this year. I mean, Luke and Drew and Fitz Fitzy and Roger Craig. I mean, what a great group of guys, and I'm going to really enjoy spending time with those guys.
You're saying that feeling's amazing. I've been on stage for that moment. I'm a fan in the stands. I've been on my couch for that moment. Can you really take me into what that feels like at NFL Honors with all of that greatness around you? What does that feel like?
Well, Luke went on the stage before me, and I looked over at him and I said, does it make sense that I'm nervous right now? I mean, just getting out there and, from playing 24 years and trying to put a lot of work on the field and help your team win games and win championships, and then to be able to just sit up there and just kind of celebrate your life and your career was pretty wild.
What are some of the text messages you got last night? Let's hear 'em. Who was the first Patriot to text you?
Well, a couple. Bill Parcells hit me up.
What is that text?
That was awesome. He was the one that actually, beforehand he said, "Man, you're getting in with roller skates." So the fact that the Hall of Fame coach,
I need
reached
to know
out
the
to me, that
text.
was
I can't
pretty
imagine
awesome.
he's an emoji user, Adam. What was the text?
It was just congratulations, well deserved. I knew you were going to make it, and so many of my teammates, so many players, coaches. I mean, from the very beginning, my first special teams coach, Mike Sweatman, who was the guy that found me out of college, found me out of the World League, and reached out to me. And I mean, it's been 30 years since my rookie year with them, so it was pretty wild.
I have to ask you before are you wearing the Jim Irsay pin?
I am.
I would love to know your reflections on him as you are now a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he meant so much to my family and all of us and Colts Nation and all that stuff. The fact that we lost him this last year, I wore it last night. I'm going to wear it all week long. He's in my heart. He's a great man, and we miss him for sure. So just wanted to honor him a little bit. Obviously got the Hall of Fame pin up top as well. So, just really wanted to represent him and the family.
What are you going to do to celebrate this? You haven't slept. We are here at Super Bowl 60. You're here with your adoring. Look at this.
You bet.
Can you come up and get an autograph?
Absolutely.
Is that okay? Why don't you come on up here? You can come up. Yeah. Come get an autograph from the GOAT. You have to say Happy
buddy.
Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Say congratulations.
Congratulations on the Hall of Fame.
Woo! All right, we've got autographs going on. Man of the people, Adam, over here. Did you hear from the other gentlemen who have been in the news? By the way, this watch is unbelievable. Yeah. Did you hear from Tom? Did you hear from Bill?
I did hear from Bill. I've heard from him actually a week or two ago. It was more of a, hey, I know you're going to make it, congratulations, hopefully, that kind of thing. He reached out to me last year as well when I didn't make it. So we'll have a conversation. Like I said, I haven't really had time to respond back to the hundreds of people that have hit me up, but I'm looking forward to actually calling each one and spending some time and just thanking them all for what they meant to me and how they helped my career along, just so many players and so many coaches and just people that meant something to me along the way.
With you getting in, the way I worked in New England a long time. This has been a topic with Bill and Bill not getting in, and what does it mean for Gronk? What does it mean? What could it have meant for you? You get in. I'm curious how you see it. Do you see it as maybe a positive, a kickstart of a run of Hall of Fame for those Patriots?
Well, there's obviously many. With that, I'm going to call it a dynasty. What they've done in the past 20 years, there's going to be a lot more guys that are going to get in. So, when we have the reunions from the Super Bowls past and getting to, give hugs out and reminisce with some of the guys. Yeah, I look at next year's class and, there's some good ones in there too, right? So it'll be exciting to celebrate with some of those guys when they get their jackets as well.
I think you are kickstarting, pun intended, a run of those Patriots. Go enjoy. Can we just see the watch really quick? This is unbelievable.
This whole thing? Come on.
That is blinding me right now. Enjoy. I'm so happy for you. Do you have any thoughts on the game on Sunday you want to give us with?
You know what?
You're like, no, I just got into the Hall of Fame.
Hey, my boys from New England, we've been underdogs before. I love the way Vrabel has got those guys playing all year. They've got some great players. I know Seattle's amazing. They're the favorites, and I understand why. But I'm cheering on my boys, and I expect
that
to
wink.
win.
I love that. Enjoy. I'm glad to see you smiling. Well deserved, no question.
Thank you so
Enjoy,
much.
And you look like $1 million. I love it. We'll
Thank
be
you.
back after this. I understand. It's all great. It's all great. We're gonna say bye to Adam. Thank you. So dramatic.
So,
Hey,
thank you so much.
congratulations. Let's hear it for Hall of Famer Adam Vinatieri. Really beautifully said. Beautifully said. Great to see you. Should we bring in Carson? Just give me one moment here, taking a look at our beautiful set. We just made that kid's day. All right, we're going to keep the show going, and this is why you need to subscribe to the YouTube, people. The rest of the show will be on YouTube, and by the rest of the show, I do believe Jaxson Dart's coming. He's coming? Yeah? Cam Skattebo will be on the program. We have Fernando Mendoza on the show as well. You guys can bring out our next guest. We had Michael Penix. Bryce Young will be here as well. So much going on. Can we bring in our guest? Let's do it. He walked across the stage last night at NFL Honors, the most hallowed day of the year, to accept the award for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Carson Schwesinger, please get on out here and do not tackle me. Hi, how are you? Good. Carson, welcome, welcome, welcome. You can sit towards me on this couch, grab the mic. There's some water for you. How does this feel? This whole week, this whole experience
Good.
for you.
It's been good.
Did you sleep, Carson?
I did. Well, kind of.
I saw you last night on the red carpet. I didn't bother you because you were being, like, there was swarms of people around you. Was it your first time at Honors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
It was fun. I mean, I had the whole family here, which was nice. They're probably gone now, but so I got to hang out with them last night, day before, which is great. And then the whole experience was, a fun experience to be here for the first time and everything.
They call your name. What are you thinking right here? Is that Mom?
It was Mom.
Tell me.
I mean, she was probably not happier than me, but she,
She might have been.
She
Yeah.
was the
That's fair.
normal mom response. So that was awesome to share that moment with her. And then, it was cool. My dad ended up being the one who was on stage and read the name. So that was, another cool part to be able to have that moment with him on stage.
I have all these picture frames in back of me of like, San Francisco stuff. If I were to give you a frame and say, from this amazing performance, your rookie year, I want one moment, one snapshot.
One moment.
What is it? That sort of defines maybe how proud you are of yourself personally?
One moment I mean, there's a lot of moments, I think, throughout the year that were a whole lot of fun. I think probably...
Yeah, you have a lot of those, for sure.
That first win would be a good one against the Packers. Just how we fought in that game was a whole lot of fun, and that's one I'll remember, for the rest of my life.
Are you a goal-setting guy?
I mean, yeah, but like to an extent,
What do you mean?
Like
I'm just curious because your numbers are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look too much at the numbers. I think the goal is really just go out there and play hard, and hopefully the numbers come with
Carson, which category are you most proud of?
I mean, kind of all of them. I think that's my favorite part is being able to do a little bit of everything.
First Defensive Rookie of the Year drafted in the second round since Shaquille Leonard in 2018. And by the way, this is with 16 games played, which is, the math does the math for me. It's unbelievable. How is your quad feeling? What can you tell me?
Oh, I mean, it's good now.
Good.
Healed pretty fast. So, I mean, it sucked to have to sit out one game, but thankfully it was only one.
So you got to be there last night. Huge deal. Amazing. You're seeing who did you see that you were like, wow?
I mean, it was cool. I didn't even know Luke Kuechly was here. That was a cool one to see.
You love Luke Kuechly.
I do, yeah. So that was, it was cool to see the Hall of Fame inductees too, all those guys in there. It's getting to the point where it's guys I grew up watching now, and so I know who they are. So that was pretty cool.
You know that this is the real Lombardi.
Really?
It's a real thing.
Wow, look at that.
The one for Sunday.
Get one of those, yeah.
You need one of those.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What's more motivating, seeing Luke Kuechly in the Hall of Famers or sitting that close to this thing?
It's probably got to be that. I mean, we got to bring one of those home to Cleveland now.
Why are you having a tough time making eye contact with that thing?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but.
Oh my gosh, we have breaking news. I didn't know that. Jim Schwartz announced his resignation this morning. Did you see that?
I did. I guess
do
so.
that.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
I think this year I love playing for Schwartz. It was a great opportunity for me, and I love the belief he showed in me. I think that was pretty special, and I know whatever he does, he's somebody that's been instrumental, especially in this first year I had.
What's like the lesson he taught you most? What would you
I think
walk
one of the
away?
things he always harped on was just every time you take the field to leave it with whatever happens, leave it with respect from the people you played against, the people who are watching, and I think that's something he shows, every day, which is how he works and how he prepared us and got us ready, and just his attitude. And that's something that I'll keep with me.
I think he's the most intimidating coach. I'm scared to interview him. I think he's a little toughy.
Yeah, there are definitely some times early on that get a little, that took a little getting used to, but you could see, how well it works and why he's, such a great coach.
And we wish him well, of course. And that's what the business part of this is. You mentioned Kuechly. You have a front row seat to the Myles Garrett show.
Oh yeah.
What is it like to have that best ticket in town?
I mean, playing with that too is another special thing. I mean, there's a whole part of the field where you just know, that's going to get shut down over there. Don't have to worry about that.
How much of the field? You're just like that? You don't even.
I mean,
way,
just run the opposite way is a lot of offense's solution to having him on the field. So makes it my job easier out there. And I think with the whole defense we got, and it made my job easier all year. And then I think you see how he prepares throughout the week and what he does, and definitely take a lot from watching that as well.
He told Jimmy Fallon, I do believe he said on Jimmy Fallon that he was sure he would have broken the record eventually, even if it wasn't this year, which means he's going for it again, of course. What is his potential? How many sacks? What is the ceiling of sacks for Myles Garrett?
I mean, you could put a ceiling, he'll probably break that one too. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out there and gets 30 in a year. Just watching this year, I mean, there's sometimes back in coverage you turn around and keep a sack.
30 is bananas and crazy, and wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He could do it. Best player in the NFL?
Yeah, get him in the MVP conversation.
Okay, get him in the MVP, and he should be in the MVP conversation. Kind of a quarterback award.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
There you go. We'll figure it out. It's hard to imagine that a defense with the Defensive Player of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year would have a coordinator change. That happened. You obviously give a lot of grace for that. That news just came across. I want to talk about the Super Bowl, which is Super Bowl 60. This trophy will go to Drake May or Sam Darnold. You picked off Drake May, I do believe, right?
I did, yes.
Can you talk me through that one?
I mean, we just had a normal call up there, and kind of was just, it was a 3rd and 9, so we were just, a little, he's able to run a little bit, so, keep a guy with eyes on him, and he decided to throw it across the middle and was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, with that 39-inch vert from the combine.
Yeah. So I think, sometimes they forget white guys can jump a little bit too, so, was able to get a nice one there.
That feels like a Pat McAfee show moment. He's right over there. We can definitely orchestrate that. Any other thoughts on Sunday? Like what from your mind? Now you got the hardware. You got your rookie year behind you. What does it come down to?
This Sunday, I think this Sunday will be a good game, and I'm excited to watch that. And then I think for us, it's just a matter of putting all the pieces together to get there. And I think with the rookie class we had in Cleveland, it's only a matter of time before we start showing people, what the Cleveland Browns could be.
You talked to your coach?
Not yet, but he's probably got a lot of stuff to go through. So I'm hoping, get in contact with him soon. I'm excited to get over there.
How does that work? You just kind of wait, right, for him to hit you up? I have no idea. I've never been on a team.
Well, I mean, this is my first time too, so I'm figuring it out too.
The quad's ready to go. Congrats on the amazing award and having all your family around you. And congrats on your journey towards getting this guy.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere. We've got Jaxson Dart Cam Skattebo joining the show. Puka Nacua allegedly, though he might be celebrating that MVP from Stanford still this morning. We'll be back. Most receiving yards for the first 6 seasons. This is did you know this?
Yeah.
First 6 seasons in a career in NFL history. What does that even feel like?
Honestly, it feels amazing. Just the difficulty of this league, just the consistency is the most difficult part. So just coming to work every single day, getting better, of course, making my teammates better, and eventually winning. And that's the main objective. And to go out there and win is to show up on game days and with that killer mentality, and every opportunity that I get, make the most of it. So I feel like I've been making the most of, majority of my opportunities these, past, 6 years. So just continue to go, continue to work, and, hopefully next year is an even better year than this past one.
When you hear Jerry Rice say that you're the best receiver going, this was his face. What is?
I mean, it's just a blessing. You know, obviously he's one of the best, if not the best, in this game. So for him to see, you know, the difficulty of the season that I went through, and to still give me that credit, still give me that prop, I mean, it's amazing to hear. You know, it's a confidence booster to hear that from him, just because, you know, he doesn't really see the stats. He's not looking at the stats. He's looking at the film, looking at the gameplay, looking at the difficulty of a season that I had to go through and still having 1,000 yards. That's all things that motivates me to continue to get better. So it's great to hear that from, you know, one of the greats.
I admire how you carry yourself because you do it consistently and you're the same no matter all the things that are changing around you. And I cannot really imagine how hard that is as a human being. And you're saying it wasn't the year you wanted to have, right? Or what's the dominant feeling you feel about this past season?
It just was one of those, you know, difficult ones. You know, just one of those difficult ones that I had to really not really look in the mirror, but you know, just look at my teammates to, you know, get better and to, you know, be a leader. That's really was the main objective. Of course, having a young quarterback, a quarterback that's still getting used to playing in this league and you know, just getting his feet wet. You know, you just have to have a little bit more patience than a vet quarterback. So I mean, it was all a part of God's plan to put me through that situation and to show people that I still can hold my poise. I still can.
You had 1,000. How did you have 1,000 yards this year? Like, is that the craziest stat Justin had 1,000 yards with all the frustrations. How did you do that?
Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I really don't. I mean, there was some games where I only had 1 or 2 catches, you know, and only 11 yards, 20 yards. So, I mean, it's just staying a part of the program, staying a part of the plan. Obviously, it was a plan to get me more catches, more yards, and more touchdowns, but, you know, it just didn't happen that way. So it was just all about leaning on me as a captain and as a leader of the team, and to not really, you know, for once see me as that, you know, player that's getting 150 yards a game. You're
saying God wanted you to go through that, and that's why I admire you, because I believe that you believe that, and I believe that's true. Sure. What's the good of the 2025-2026 season? What was the, okay, I needed this bet, now let me take it to the next year. What's the good?
Yeah, the good is really just seeing that we need to get better. And, I mean, I definitely will not let that type of season happen again. You know, just off the
You think there was more that you could do, Justin?
I mean, I can do better in different ways, or I can hold other people accountable of getting better and working to where my expectations of everybody is.
Justin, what is that like, being that person that's like, no, I need more out of you? Is that a bit of you're growing into that, or are you like, you've always been that way?
A little mixture of both. Of course, I love to win. I love going out there and being a spark of the team and having over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Of course, you know, that is all the things that I love to do, but of course, that didn't happen this past season. So it's just all about getting better, of course, holding everybody accountable and to, you know, winning and doing what we need to do to not be in that same situation.
You've really always been honest. You're honest about Sam. I'd like you to be honest about JJ. What you say matters. You're the biggest star in the NFL.
Yeah.
What is one thing fans can hang on to, one really specific thing about JJ that gives you faith in him for next year?
I mean, if you look at the film, you look at the things that he's done. I mean, he's done very good things. Obviously, it wasn't the most spectacular thing. Obviously, you know, those are things that he understands, and we all understand as a building that there are some things to work on. But JJ is a really good quarterback. He's a really good guy personally to, you know, sit there and talk to, and he's a great leader. He's a great motivator.
Justin, you got to be in this game next year. You got to be in this game next year.
We've been saying this for the past.
I know, but y'all have the roster. So I need to think that, well, what needs to change?
That's a great question. You know, that's a question that, you know, they don't pay me enough to answer. But in order for me to change in my shoes, I got to hold the people that's around me accountable, which is, of course, carrying JJ into some more workouts, getting that connection down.
Are you going to hang with them more this year, this offseason?
Of course, if I want things to change, if that's going to be my quarterback, you know, of course I gotta hold some type of accountability.
Are you just like gonna let it happen, or are you gonna make your voice known?
Oh no, I'm gonna let it happen, and I don't need to show it either. I'm not gonna be posting it on Instagram and social media.
No, I mean like what you want as the best player in the league. Like,
what you mean?
Like who you want throwing you the ball? What those decisions?
That's not my decision. I don't care who's throwing me that ball. That's not my main priority. And I've said that.
You've always said that
multiple times. I don't really care who's going to be throwing that ball, but that person that's throwing that ball needs to throw that ball and needs to lead us into, you know, that big dance at the end of the season. So I mean, and as of right now, JJ is my quarterback. So for me, it's to get him to where we need to go, and it starts off right now in off season and getting better now.
How badly do you want to catch a ball from Joe Burrow last night?
I mean, that's always going to be my guy. I love Joe. I always love how he plays, how he anticipates the game, how he carries himself. Everything about Joe. I love Joe, but that's not my quarterback. And as of now, you know, it's about getting JJ right and getting him to where we need to go.
My dream is you up against Jamar in the Super Bowl in LA.
That would be fire.
That is my dream. I hope that happens.
LA?
What? Because LA is next year. Super Bowl's in LA next year.
True. So you're saying next year
next year you better be in the big game.
For sure. I agree with you. I'm right with you.
Yeah, that's my dream. And we know when you dream is with Sleep Number. Tell me what you're doing with Sleep Number, my friend.
I mean, I've been with Sleep Number for a couple years now. The partnership and the relationship is just growing more and more every single year. But I love them. I love the relationship that we have. I mean, I feel like it's more than just partners. It's really building a real relationship with them. The smiles, the hugs, the joy that we always have together are always wonderful. And what we're doing, the science behind it, is top tier. You know, of course, being a partner, I have, of course, the product, and just seeing the product really change how I perform and change my everyday living is something that, you know, means the most.
Yeah, you know, Bills fans are dreaming in their Sleep Number beds about you. Have you heard that?
I've been hearing a couple, you know, Mafia fans talking a little bit here and there, but I'm a Viking, so.
Yeah. Joe Brady, no, nothing. Do you make that? And the Sleep Number, do you make the setting cold like it is in Buffalo, or?
You know, Minnesota is a lot more colder, so I'm gonna say I'll keep it cold in Minnesota.
Like you said, it doesn't matter who's throwing you the ball. You're an absolute star, guys. Get your Sleep Number. Look at, they're getting the best performance. 1,000-yard season. How? I don't know how it happened, but we've got more to come with Justin Jefferson. Thank you as always.
I appreciate it.
You're the best. Hi, I can't see him.
You can't? You can't see me for real? That's terrible.
I can hear you. Am I going to see you this week?
I'm questionable.
We're questionable for Super Bowl 60. Are we questionable for games? Because I saw you miss that, the last one with a left ankle sprain. I want to know how you're doing.
I'm doing better. We'll see in the morning.
Yeah, are you well enough to like dance to Bad Bunny halftime?
I haven't listened to Bad Bunny before.
I feel like I saw Usher with you, who you had listened to before at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and you did not dance.
I'm not a big dancer, but, you know, Usher is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, you shoot jumpers in the club. No dancing in the club.
Exactly.
Can you believe it, Seahawks Patriots, just like we both drew it up?
Man, crazy. It's Super Bowl 60, man. Wow.
What do you think it's going to come down to, KD?
The quarterback play for sure. Who keeps the ball in their hands? These teams can cause a lot of turnovers if you're not careful with the ball. So we'll see. You know, who has the most turnovers? I think that's what I'm looking for in the game.
I feel like if the Seahawks need you, can they call you to be a punt returner?
I'll only do that for my Commanders. I'm sorry, Seahawks fans.
But there's video of you, my friend, with the Seahawks fielding punts. What is this video?
Yeah, about 10 years ago, we had a preseason game up in Seattle, and as like a team bonding thing, we went to check Pete Carroll out and those guys for practice one day. We sat in on a meeting and mingled with the guys a little bit, catching some footballs. It was fun. It was fun.
What do you remember most about that day?
Catching punts. I didn't realize how hard that was.
Crazy. That's what crazy. But you have to be a little. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, it's hard catching those punts, man. So I gained a lot more respect. I always have respect for football players, but Just seeing the operation day to day, see how hard they work, it was dope.
What's the NBA equivalent of returning punts as far as like being a little nuts?
I just think we're a positionless sport almost. So it's like as soon as you step on the court, you got to be a little nuts. I mean, everything requires you to be a little wacky, in this sport.
I want to get to your predictions for Super Bowl 60. FanDuel, the place to be, of course, you and I both know, but I do want to do a quick recap of the season. I need to know who is your favorite player to watch in 2025, 2026?
I mean, I'll have to say Myles Garrett.
Wow.
I'll have to say seeing him chase the sack record and just the moves he was making to get off the ball this year. Somebody who's always watching the skill position players and finally start watching the trenches a little bit more. Been really impressed with how they move down there. So probably Myles Garrett. There's a lot of players though, man, that I've grown to appreciate the positions, offensive linemen, tight ends, guys that block well, guys that do everything. I'm starting to see a little bit more as I watch the game, So yeah, I would say somebody like that.
Like Myles Garrett, I love that came to heart. Do you think that he stays in Cleveland? Do you want to see him go somewhere?
I just want to see him play football for as long as he can and continue to climb up the charts. I don't care what jersey he has on. He's one of the all-time great players I've ever seen already, and he's having that type of impact in the league. So it's a business, man. You never know what can happen in this business. It's a crazy business. One day you here, one day you gone to the next city. But as long as these guys continue to have long careers and stay healthy, that's probably what I'm looking forward to the most. So whatever jersey he has on, I know he's going to do his thing.
Which team surprised you the most?
Drake May and Sam Darnold, how they was able to, come out and just, you never thought they would make it to the Super Bowl before the season started. I mean, it's just that simple. And how they both played, Sam Darnold, especially in that NFC Championship game, he was incredible. Probably one of his best games ever, So to see him kind of rise through all of the BS that was around his name and playing on so many different teams to find a home, it was pretty cool to see that.
Let's get to Super Bowl 60. Keep talking about it. I want a couple predictions, and then for FanDuel, let's make it look a fun parlay. Let's do that. Who is scoring a touchdown in Super Bowl 60?
Kenneth Walker.
Any reason?
He's just, that's what he does. He's relentless. Get to that box.
Does Drake May throw for over or under 220.5 passing yards?
I say under 220. He had 86 yards. I know the conditions was a little different. But they're more, I feel like they're more conservative team on the offensive side of the ball. But we'll see. I would, if I had to bet, I would say under 220.
Well, you guys can go bet at FanDuel Sportsbook. Will Jackson Smith and Jigba have over or under 93.5 receiving yards? I know that seems low.
I would say he'll have under.
So your low-scoring game for Kevin Durant, huh? Defenses are going to do this thing.
I just can't really put my finger on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know how it'll go, but the defenses, I know they'll be locked in. So we'll see. Your money line pick for Super Bowl 60. Who wins it? Seahawks, Patriots. I'm gonna go with Seahawks. I just feel like they're ready to. I think the quarterback position from Cooper Kupp, and they got a lot of veterans on that team. I just feel like they're ready to win this thing right now. And I got I'm a little biased playing for the Seattle Sonics for a year too. So if I had to root for somebody in the Super Bowl, it'd be them. I love that. You guys can parlay that together at FanDuel Sportsbook. Give me one bold prediction for the Super Bowl. I'm going to defensive player for the MVP, Super Bowl MVP. Good. NBA trade deadline Thursday, deadline number 19. That's just wild. Why not? Yeah, because you keep 19 just sounds crazy. Anything can happen. These trades and these transactions happen pretty quickly and under the radar. Some of them happen in the middle of the night. That's why we love. That's why people love to tune in to the NBA, man. It's the nonstop cycle of news, So we'll see what happens. Kevin, what year do you feel like you're in? Year 5. Yeah, I'm just still excited to get up and go to the gym and play ball and work on my game and playing games and go travel. I'm just excited about the whole process. Every day I wake up is really fulfilling knowing I get to do this every day.
If you could make a trade right now before the Super Bowl and add one of the Pats or the Seahawks to the Rockets, who would you pick?
Jackson Smith and Jigba. I feel like he can.
Let's go.
He can handle the ball, get to the rim, shoot a couple jump shots. I would say him. He would still be athletic in the league too, in the NBA.
Okay, last but not least, I'm going to throw some trade deadlines Thursday, 3 p.m. It's going to come and go, middle of the night stuff. I'm going to throw some hypothetical trades that you're going to accept the terms or reject them. Here's trade number 1, KD. You get never missing a free throw again, but you trade away using all social media for the rest of your career.
I go never missing the free throw.
You would accept the trade?
Yeah, I accept that trade.
Just to buy Twitter? That would make me so sad.
Just more points, man. I just like points, man.
Yes, you really do. You're a simple man. You just want points.
Yeah.
Here, hypothetical trade number 2. You get an interview with Michael Jordan. You have to spend 6 months being a basketball hot take debater when you retire.
No, bad trade.
You're giving a Michael freaking Jordan, who you love, for 6 months of like a first take?
That's too long, man. I wouldn't do. That's too long. And
okay, last one for you. Hypothetical trade number 3. You get a Commander Super Bowl next season. Super Bowl appearance next season.
Trade. I'm accepting that.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Don't matter
I don't know. Now I can say anything. You have to come to the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Trade. Bet.
I'm
taking that trade.
You have to trade back your MVP.
I'm giving it away.
You're not giving away your MVP for a Commander.
Yes, I am.
Just an appearance, not a win. That's irresponsible.
No, you said a win.
Then we don't have the iconic "Mom, you're the real MVP." You're going to take her MVP away too. Have you thought this through?
You'll be all right.
You're the absolute best. I'm glad you're feeling okay. I'm excited to see you back out on the court. And I'll see you Saturday night for Super Bowl.
We'll see.
Media Row, you're here on the circuit. What does it feel like? How are you looking ahead of Super Bowl 60?
How am I looking? I'm thinking a lot about college football. I'm thinking a lot about Stanford. We literally just walked into Media Row, so came straight to you. I'm going to leave right after this.
Okay.
Make it a staycation with my wife in the city. The weather's beautiful. Nothing like San Francisco in the sun.
A staycation. It's gorgeous weather. Hopefully it stays that way. Now, you are I'm going to give you a proper introduction here for our YouTube audience. You're the only man who put up 30-plus points on the Super Bowl winning Legion of Boom, which we love. You are a 4-time Pro Bowler, a college football Hall of Famer. We'll talk all things Stanford, current Stanford football general manager. So we're thinking about the Seahawks and what you were able to do with them. It brought us back to a game that I think, do we want to show? Do we have we don't have it? The highlights of it? Okay. It was 2013, if you remember, Andrew. Week 5, I'm sure you do. Did you realize at the time how special this defense was that you shredded?
There's Richard Sherman on the screen, who was my college teammate. So we had a lot of fun playing them. And our defensive coordinator is Chris Richard at Stanford, and he was the secondary coach for the Legion of Boom. And, man, I feel old watching this. It feels like a long time ago.
What do you remember?
I remember we won. I remember we put some points up. I remember we blocked a field goal, and Delano Howell returned it for a touchdown. I remember this 2-point conversion. Reggie Wayne, who's the wide receiver coach now for the Colts. That's like one of the cool parts about playing in the NFL when you're a rookie and you walk into a locker room. And, like, for me, it was, whoa. Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, Reggie Wade, Adam Vinatieri. Like, I grew up watching those guys. Like, they were heroes to me. And so to playing games like that was a treat.
In your new role, even just hearing you talk about this, relationships matter so much when it comes to, like, you never know when you're going to see this person again or whatever. In your role now, how important is the role of sort of relationships, creating them, having to network, and the politics of all of it, and keeping people happy? Like, it's a lot. It really is.
At least by where I am most comfortable as a leader, is relationally based. Like, I think that's part of why playing football was so fun for me, and being a quarterback was you're in it with people. Like, you can't help it. And I knew no other way than to be on a team and get to know you. Like, you have to. We're in it. And so in this role now, certainly relationship building and recruiting is critical, right? Critical. Yes, NIL is a massive part of college football, but high school recruiting, transfer portal recruiting, it's still about creating relationships. The more connected we are as a program, staff, coaches, players, everybody who's sort of in the building, the better we can be. And then 3, a massive part of my job certainly is fundraising and spreading the word and getting out there, and I enjoy it. I've certainly realized I'm an extrovert starting this job. Like, I enjoy recruiting. I enjoy fundraising. It's fun.
You are an extrovert, which, I mean, I knew the relationship stuff. I love that you're having such a blast with it, and congratulations on all the success with Stanford, starting a new chapter with a new coach.
Yeah, no, we are.
Yeah, which I'm really excited about. A new relationship for you, but nice of you to get him a job after he stole yours, right? 17 years ago. Tell me more about that.
So,
you stole his, rather, right?
I did steal his.
Yeah, tell me more about
Our new
that.
head coach, Tavita Pritchard, he just finished his tenure as the quarterback coach with the Commanders and got to work with Marcus and Jaden, and did an unbelievable job. And when I came in, we had a quarterback battle at Stanford.
2009.
Yeah, 2009, and Tavita was the incumbent starter, and I was the little redshirt freshman.
You were
in
a freshie.
Football, and we duked it out, and I won the job, and he was nothing but good to me after that. Like, nothing but supportive, and like it's fun coming on after Trey McBride, because I watched a bit of the Cardinals this year with Jacoby Brissett, who we were teammates together in Indianapolis for a year. And something Jacoby and I talked a lot about was how, when we were playing together, is how easy it is for a quarterback to feel lonely. It is a lonely position. There's a lot on you. And certainly if things aren't going perfectly, you can feel on an island by yourself. It's a lot of pressure when you're playing the position. And it's so much easier and simpler when you feel supported. And I felt supported by Jacoby Brissett when I played, and Matt Hasselbeck and Drew Stanton and our coaches. And that's what Tavita gave me as a first-year, 20-year-old kid, 19-year-old kid, whatever that was, starting, was support. And then he launched into his coaching journey now from then on. And so it's certainly fun to work with people you trust and admire and respect. And I have all of that and a bunch of love for a head coach.
And obviously you know him well. You respect him. He's lived and breathed this program for a very long time. I think like 2 decades, basically. So how much did his experience with Jaden Daniels, who you mentioned, how does that, the past 2 years play into the decision to bring him in and make him the guy?
Well, we certainly, I've certainly paid attention to all of our alums that are coaching in the NFL and college, right? It's fun to support them. And Tavita's been special for a long time, at least, go back a couple decades in his experience at Stanford, but to see him go into Washington first, under Eric Bieniemy and Coach Ron Rivera, who is now our hated rival across the bay at Cal, and then see him have his part in the success of Jaden, and in this year also, and what Marcus Mariota was able to do. That the diversity of experience is important, and certainly helped him come back here.
How did you fall back in love with football?
Ooh, how did I fall back in love with football?
Well, you've sort of admitted you fell out of. Is there a moment that ignited it? The spark?
I'm not sure there was an epiphanal aha moment. I certainly, retiring, walking away from the game was difficult and something I knew I needed to do and feel great about. At some point, and I don't know if it was a singular point, it was like, whoa, I missed the game of football. Part of that pushed me back into volunteer coaching at Palo Alto High School for a couple years and building an incredible respect for coaching. It's so hard. It's so hard. I was the freshman offensive coordinator, and it was hard, and I don't think I was very good at it. And I at some point along the way realized, man, I love this game. I love it in a different way, right? I very much, I think, came to terms when walking away that there's a beginning to stuff and there's an end to stuff. And by walking away from football, that was an end to playing.
Easier said than done to even get there.
That was an end to playing football. And I love the game. It's in large part why I'm back at Stanford as the general manager, which is this awesome Venn diagram overlap of football and Stanford, the two things, two of the things I do love most. It's a great game. Why do I love it? I'll ask myself that question too. I think it's an unbelievable display of teammateship when done right. I do think it's the ultimate team game. I think it's a trying game. I mean, it is a violent, tough, physical game, and it forces young men and coaches, and whether it's in middle school, high school, college, or the NFL, to dig deep. And
Welcome back to the Up and Adams Show. My next guest, the 2025 Heisman Trophy winning national champion quarterback from Indiana. Dare I say, future #1 overall pick here on behalf of Planet Fitness, Fernando Mendoza. Let's hear it for him.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do better than that. It's Friday. It's Super Bowl, Fernando. Fernando, how you doing?
Oh, doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
I think you need it. You're better at this than me. Give him a little pep talk.
Oh, I mean, I appreciate the crowd coming out. This is great. Appreciate the. I appreciate you guys being out here.
Yeah, are you an early morning Planet Fitness guy or a late night Planet Fitness
Early
guy?
morning.
Really?
Early morning.
That doesn't
the college
surprise me at all.
Get you when you have the 6 a.m. workouts, get in a routine and rhythm, and at that point you start falling asleep early. You start becoming like an old man, and you get just in the morning Planet Fitness routine.
Yeah, you're an old man.
Yeah,
That's what you strike me as. Okay, you came in, you sat down, we chit-chatted a little bit, then you saw this.
Ooh.
And Fernando, this is the real thing. This will be here
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They brought it over, and what did you do?
I almost touched it. I was
You
like,
didn't touch it?
But it's bad luck. I did not touch it. Did not touch it. I was so close to touching it, and I'm a little superstitious, so that would have been really bad luck. But luckily, you saved me, so thank you so much for that.
I did. It's
God
when
bless
you
you for
win
that.
when you win a Super Bowl with the Raiders, at some point you have me to thank. I want you to know that.
Well, whatever team drafts me, I'll give them my all. So.
At what point in a football career does one learn the superstition of touching the trophy? Where in the rule book does that lie?
So after our team won the Heisman Trophy, our third-string quarterback at the time, Grant Wilson, he's the man, and he's like the funniest guy on the team. He's the glue of the team, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna touch the Heisman Trophy because it's gonna give me bad luck to win it next year." So it's kind of like a joke between.
Got it. No player will touch it.
And then and so I've seen on social media nobody will touch it, and really lucky. I mean, it's early in the morning. I forgot, and really lucky that you reminded me.
I'm here. I am part of the team, and you're part of Team Planet Fitness. What are you doing with them? Why did you partner with them?
I partner with Planet Fitness because I believe that we've a very good partnership because we have a lot of the same morals, same themes, and just same values. Being industrious, having tenacious work ethic, and just always, like you said, rise and grind and shine. Especially here at the Super Bowl, when there's so many events coming on, staying true to your values. And for myself, I'm in draft prep right now. I'm in my routine, I'm in my processes, and I'm just getting ready for the draft.
Have you stopped to miss what you're is college over? How did you close that chapter?
It was
what I mean? It's a little sad, but now here's all this.
Yeah, no,
and the whole world's ahead of you, and it happens so fast.
Yeah, this is all great. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a little bittersweet because I've always seen myself as a college student. This is my 4th year of college, and just like any other college student, usually after the 4th year they leave, and now I'm getting burst in the real world. So my friends are getting jobs now. There's no more college, and it's a little scary, but at the same time, it's very exciting. I'm really open to the new opportunities and challenges. Like
Planet Fitness is getting you going and keeping you ready and energized for a day like this.
Exactly.
We're at Meteor Road. It's what do you make of this? Because honestly, you're a business guy, right?
Yeah, so last time.
MBA at Indiana, you're working on it? Let's go.
I'm working on it. I had to put a pause on it. Had to call a little time out just because I'm trying to pursue football.
What do you think of this whole the business part of this? Size it up for me.
Okay, sizing up. So I actually got my business degree from the Hall School of Business right over here in Berkeley at Cal.
Great.
And it's so great to enjoy this because the last time I was at a convention like this was for the national championship. And when you're in the national championship, you have to keep it all about the game, all about business. However, here you can show a little bit more personality. You can let loose. You can have a little bit more fun.
Sounds like it's so difficult for you to show your personality.
But I think it's great. I think that you can see there's so many different brands partnering with athletes, partnering with different media outlets. I think it's just a great conglomerate of everybody supporting the sport of football, supporting the sport of football and the teamwork that goes into it.
Big-time players who are at Planet Fitness make big-time plays in big games. You are obviously the epitome of that. You've heard that a million times. To do what you did in the Natty, just in front of the GOAT, Tom Brady, had to make that so much more special, right?
Yeah, I actually didn't know he was there until after the game. So that was special to myself. Mm-hmm. I've looked up to Tom Brady. He's been a football idol of mine, especially with the nutrition, the way and that he has systems and processes to then, get through the offseason and really elevate his game. Because for myself, I'm not the biggest, not the fastest, not the strongest. However, my key and my edge is preparation. So that's someone I've looked up to in the football space.
It's his discipline, honestly, right?
Yeah.
His self-restraint, that whole entire thing.
It's that Planet Fitness discipline.
So there you go. When you found out, you're so great. When you found out that he was there, what were you thinking? Did he reach out to you, leave a message, write a note?
Well, yeah, I don't think he can leave a message or write a note because
Probably,
he is an owner.
Yes,
and he's going to be interviewing me.
Yeah.
I'm assuming going to be
he had
interviewing
to stay
me.
away.
Yeah, had to stay away, but it was really cool to see him there. It was a little bit of a full circle moment because I was in that stadium as a young boy with a Tom Brady jersey in Miami Dolphins territory, watching him. I was actually at the unfortunately, he probably wouldn't like to hear this, but the play that was like the Miami Miracle with Gronk, that he it was a crazy play.
You were there for that?
I was there for that.
I love that. I think that's absolutely incredible. I wanted to add, Tom speaks very highly of you, which is amazing. I mean, maybe you could, is it illegal to make like a LinkedIn connection? Because you're a big LinkedIn guy. Can you be LinkedIn connected to Tom? Probably
I don't know. I actually don't know if he is LinkedIn. I think his business pedigree is already a little. I mean, I think that he already has it set in stone.
Yeah.
But if he ever wants to make a connection, I'm open to work and open to network on LinkedIn.
And the crowd goes wild. They loved it. In your next,
Thank you guys.
your next partnership. Okay, so we have people saying what? Can you make out what they're saying?
Yeah, right. The Raiders chant. I was, here in Berkeley, Oakland. The Raiders fans are some of the best fans in all of the NFL. They're diehard. They're loyal, and I mean, and they're like they really go all in for their team.
Loyal is the word.
Loyal is the
most loyal fan base in the NFL.
And the NFL drafts in April. So whatever team drafts me, I'm going to make sure and try and give it my all and control all the controllables in order to be set up like either Drake May or Sam Darnold one day competing for one of these bad boys.
Well said. Raiders fans, you guys want Fernando Mendoza? Can I hear it? They want to get it
Thank
going.
you. I appreciate you.
Let's say you hypothetically get drafted. Hypothetically only. Number 1 overall. God willing, go wherever you get
God
chosen.
bless. That'd be great.
To the Raiders, you get into the locker room, and it's a team that is used to no success. They know the taste of that. They know they have that championship pedigree, but it's been a long time. And what would you say to even some veterans there that are counting on you, like a Max Crosby, to be the guy that can take them there, to keep him motivated? What is the Fernando Mendoza vibe when it comes to that?
Yeah, so I think it gets a little twisted sometimes. It's not just one guy that's going to go in and, just completely supersede everything. I mean, there's so many great veterans on every team, including the Raiders, like Max Crosby. There's just so many guys on the offensive, defensive line that are just great leaders on the team. And I believe that I'm going to do everything I can and ask those veterans, hey, how can I help as a leader? What can I do? And really just give it my all and just try to work with those guys because it's a team effort and we can only do it if the team comes together. And then when the team comes together with the coaching staff, it can help us reach new heights.
I'd love to see that. You said you might be interviewed by Tom Brady or the brass or the GM there and many other GMs. What is the one question you would ask Tom Brady?
Wow. Back in, I believe it was April, someone interviewed me and it was like, if you had a celebrity dinner or if you had a couple guests at a dream dinner, who would it be?
Or you could go work out at
Tom
Planet
Brady.
Fitness.
Yeah.
With someone?
or if I was going to work out at Planet Fitness. Actually, that would be great to learn Tom Brady's, his pliability routines at Planet Fitness because, he's been able to play for so long, has such a long, such a long career. I would love to work out with him one day to see what he does and the TB12 method. Although I've read the book, to really see it in firsthand.
Yeah. I mean, and Tom Brady certainly can afford a Planet Fitness membership.
Yeah.
And everybody can. $15 a month. Memberships at Planet Fitness, which is absolutely amazing. It's 24 hours. They're clean. There's great equipment. Free fitness trainings included. And a $15 membership potentially, that's absolutely amazing. What should I ask Jaxson Dart when he comes out here? Last one.
Oh, Jaxson Dart. Ask him about Waffle House.
Okay, and I will
say Fernando says about Waffle House.
I don't know how that fits in with pliability, but we're covering it all.
Yeah, sounds good.
With Fernando Mendoza, a drafted somewhere in 2026. Where's the draft? Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh, yes.
Okay, we'll get some Permanente Brothers sandwiches. Maybe go to a Waffle House. We'll be back after this, Jaxson and Cam Skattebo.
Thanks so much. God bless.
Thank you.
Skattebo to his left. 3 receivers out to the left. Darts back. Screen for Skattebo. Can he get a block? Cuts back inside. Skattebo to the 5. Stiff arms a man. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. You're my little boo thing. Cam Skattebo.
Cooper loved that, by the way. Welcome upstairs. to the program. This is the Evan and Adam Show. We're going to see this connection for years to come. I can't believe you two, Jaxson Dart and Cam Skattebo, you guys finished your rookie year. Does it feel that way?
I mean, they still say that we're not.
We're off to a great start here on the Evan and Adam Show.
We're not completely finished until we play 3 games into the next year. That's the team's rule. So we're still technically rookies in our team, but yes, it was a good finish to the year. But you know, he got to finish the year out. So
did it fly, Jaxson? Did it fly?
Honestly, it felt like the longest year of my life.
Really?
I just think that, you know, when you go from college to, you know, the off season for the combine to Senior Bowl to combine, pro day, all that stuff, like one thing's just leading up to the other. But I think there was just a ton of lessons to be learned. A lot of things that I was definitely grateful for and humbled for. But I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to get this guy back out there.
I'm excited for Bounty. You guys are dressed alike. You guys, I feel like you finish each other's sentences. When I came to training camp, before you guys ever hit the field, you ran the show. It was the rookies and the energy. You guys are button heads. I'm telling, like, what is going on here? And now you're here with Bounty on the biggest week of the year. Tell me what you're doing with them.
Yeah, big shout out to Bounty. You can't have football without
wings, and you can't have wings without
Bounty.
Oh my goodness.
We're dialed.
We're dialed.
Okay,
you need a wingman in football, you know.
Between the two of you, how many hours added together? How many hours of sleep last night?
We haven't seen each other. This is actually the first time we've seen each other since we've been here. So
Really?
It was Scott's birthday yesterday.
I heard you're having a birthday party. I weirdly didn't get the particle for that. Where's the?
we'll get you there.
No K Adams invite to
we'll
that.
Make sure you get there.
Yeah. What are you doing for your birthday?
Yesterday I went golfing.
Okay.
I played some golf yesterday, and then I went home and took a nap, and then I went to dinner with my family. All my
Sound like you're
family
turning 75.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big day.
That's what it feels like.
Can I tell you guys, we got to keep the wings, and luckily we have Bounty in case anything happens. Do you know what this thing is right here?
Yeah, we'll see it soon.
It's real. It's the real one.
We'll see it. We'll see it
That's
soon.
the one, Jaxson. That is the one that is being given on
Steal
Sunday.
it.
Legit.
Grab it.
I'm not joking. What did he say?
He wants me to grab it.
No, yeah,
Steal
I
it.
mean,
We'll get it.
you want to touch it? You want to? Is
Alright,
it
we'll
like
have
a?
different letters
I don't
on it.
know. Is it
We'll touch it. We'll
superstition?
touch it when we earn it.
When you earn it. Okay, absolutely love that. Is Jameis jealous that you two are the Bounty guys and he's not involved? Like what?
Jameis isn't a jealous guy.
He probably has his own thing rolling too.
Okay.
He's probably happy that we're here.
Love that, love that. You guys are teammates with Giants and Bounty, so you guys have been bros since before this season, before ETAs. ETAs and OTAs. Cam, how is Jackson's? No, hold on. We keep going. Can we get to the game? My producers are trying to do things. By the way, you guys said that I did something to Cooper DeJean. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can go there.
What?
You wanna go there?
What do you guys think that I did? I shouldn't have
I
asked
just saw
that
the
question.
things where it was like, it was uncomfortable or whatever.
I shouldn't have asked the
Yes.
question.
I don't know, maybe.
I made a joke about Nikki Bella.
Oh, yeah.
who, like, talked
But
about
it was
it
like
and-
set up though, because I saw the TV.
Oh, okay. So it was just clickbait. I think Cooper's probably living his best life right now.
For sure.
That I'm
Clickbait for
asking
sure.
about the beautiful Nikki Bella, right? It's flattering, right? No? Okay. Can we play the game? Okay, we have a game here. Bounty is the quicker picker upper, iconic, as we all know. We have these arrows for you too. So you'll either point to yourself or to your Bounty wingman. And we're going to see who's more likely to pick up what I mentioned. Okay, who would be quicker to pick up the mic at a karaoke night? Okay, what did we say? Cam, what are you singing?
Die a happy man.
Okay, never heard of it.
Music.
Okay, love that. What's your karaoke song, Jaxson?
Probably Unwritten.
What?
Unwritten
Unwritten, okay.
by Natasha.
Love that. I would love to hear you about that. I'm sure you have. Who's more likely to pick up food that dropped on the floor and eat it? Is that an off and a girl? Oh, okay. There's James. over there. Who could pick up a guitar right now and play it better?
Thanks, bro.
Each other? That's very wingman-y of you.
I can't play guitar either.
He has more rhythm than me, so that's definitely for him.
You can dance. Who would score more points in a game of pickup basketball?
I'd have more rebounds, more assists,
Yeah.
more everything.
He does
except
all
more-
the dirty work.
Else. Tell me about him as a shooter.
Oh, no, I just know he can shoot. Quarterbacks are usually pretty good basketball players. So.
Is that true? Tell me about your game.
I got a strap on me.
You got a shot? Okay. You have so much aura, Jaxson. It's so crazy. Who's more likely to pick up a conspiracy theory and run with it? Each other. You guys are both pragmatic. Like, you guys don't buy into stuff like that. Like, no. Are you a horoscope guy?
No.
Really? That surprises me a little bit.
In ghosts.
You believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I do.
What about them?
I've just had my own experiences.
Can you tell me one?
I'll tell
He's
you.
seen a ghost.
I've seen
Like a friendly ghost? Like a Casper? Or like a...
Well, he's still here, so must have been friendly.
Don't leave him here. Take him with you and Bounty in the Wings. Who's more likely to listen to an entire conversation and pick up nothing? I didn't write these. Can you guys in these meetings, like, how does this go with you two? Like, you guys are studious in it, or is it? Is it? Well, you just proved my point.
Ask it again.
You just proved my point. Oh, can I see it again? Can you guys scroll up? The question was, who's more likely to listen to an entire conversation and pick up nothing?
That's definitely
Is that
me.
accurate?
Yes,
Is
100%.
that- Hey, Kim, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You can do this.
I'm almost 4 months out. I started running a couple weeks ago, so I'm getting back into it, having a good time at the same time.
Okay, you guys have fun, guys. Live your best lives. No drama. No baiting.
Nope.
Enjoy it with the amazing product of Bounty and these wingmen. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
We'll
you.
be back after this. Bryce Young up next. Puka Nacua might make it to the show.
2 for 2 today is Carolina. On this crucial fourth down, Young, McMillan, got it! Touchdown, Panthers lead!
Joined now by, and I love the sound of this, the NFC South champion, quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young. How does that feel?
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Good to see you.
Yes, it feels great. It's definitely a blessing. It's really cool now that you get to look back and reflect. But, we're going to have to turn the page. Obviously, we start 0-0 next year, so we're excited for that journey.
It's like you want to celebrate the accomplishment, but you were right there, right? So it's like a bit of a feeling how to get over that, how to keep the momentum. How hard is it to keep the momentum I guess I'll ask you this, from last year to this year?
Yeah.
Because you guys did that. You went into the offseason crushing, started strong. So I feel like we can just apply that math to 2026.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a challenge for sure. I think that's the beauty of the league. It's the best of the best. Everyone's obviously trying to grow upon next year. For the most part, really all but one team is gonna feel like they have something to prove the next year. So it's just us trying to find our best. We try to take it day by day, week by week. Obviously, there's still a lot more. Before we start the process, still filling out the team, all that stuff. So, but when that time does come, it's just trying to be where our feet are and continue to grow.
When you win the division, you're no longer slept on. You're no longer, I don't know if the Panthers can, it's the Panthers. I feel like that might change a little bit. You might get even a better punch from other teams. Do you feel that way? A little bit more the hunted?
Yeah, I think everyone kind of knows in the league, it's any given Sunday. You have to bring your best every single week. We know that for sure. So regardless of, how we're viewed, whatever the outside perception may be, obviously we can't control that. We just focus on ourselves in the building and try to bring our best each week.
So how would you describe your perception of what that team is, what they're made of after this incredible season, these game-winning drives, the excitement you gave fans?
A super, super resilient group. I think that was the best word to sum us up last year. Just resilient guys that no matter what the outcome on Sundays, always came back during the week, ready to work, ready to build, ready to grow. We had a lot of close games, like you said. We had a lot of different ways to play games, and no matter what, there is no quit. Everyone was super resilient. Everyone always showed up at the end. So I'm super, super grateful to be a part of the group.
I was listening to you talk about your game-winning drives and how it sort of takes you back to, I think, what you call backyard ball, right? and that's what sort of brings out the best in you. So that makes me think, is the leveling up of this offense going to give you a little bit more of that earlier in games? I hope that's a focus. Can you tell me it is?
Yeah, you know, we still are obviously, again, building out the team. So, you know, we're still working on doing that self-scout. You know, we all get a couple of weeks to decompress, and then we go back. My process, us as a team, we go back, we watch every rep. You know, you do all the studies, you do all the percentages, and, you know, you start to build up that plan for the offseason. So,
but I'm on to something.
Yeah, we're working through it now, working that process. You know, we still have some time, so we haven't had anything absolute yet. But, you know, of course, any way that, you know, as a team, as a unit offensively, and then obviously as a team, you know, we could build towards success, you know, no matter what that looks like, we want to do it.
There are just these moments where you look like you're having so much fun. And there's like a loose, I saw it in training camp, you were playing like basketball, I talked to you about, like, there's these moments of looseness and fun that, like, it's like that, or you're Iceman, like lasered and cold-blooded. Is that the right way to define you? Like, you're a little bit of everything when you need to be? Like, there's a lot of characterizations, nicknames for you, all of that. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just try to be myself. You know, I try to be authentic to me. I try to bring that to work every day. And whether it's camp, whether it's a random Thursday on, you know, week 15, you know, whatever it may be, I try to make sure I'm consistent. I try to be whatever the team needs me to be as a leader, as a quarterback. I try to make sure that, you know, I set the standard myself and then hold everyone else accountable. And that may look different on different days, and I think that's the beauty of the sport.
You've been a joy to watch. It's been incredible. My crew, my team here, discovered something pretty cool about you. Can I show you?
Sure.
Okay, let's take a look at this. I don't even know if you know this. When you were hit 6 or more times in a game last year, you were 4-1, 11 touchdowns, just 2 picks, and averaged 260 a pop. There are quarterbacks that struggle when they get hit like that. Can you explain to me how you get better under those? Can you explain the physics of this to me, Bryce?
Wow, that is a crazy stat. I did not know that at all. I don't know.
But you do. You have to know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the competitiveness of, you know, of football, of course. And there's something about, like, the physicality, you know.
What is this? Like, it's like the moment, like the.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really know how to describe it, but you know, I feel like when you know, sometimes as a quarterback, when you're getting hit, you're like, all right, you know, we're playing football. You know, you feel engaged. You know, you feel a part of it. And it honestly, like right now, I could look at it and be like, yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, that's weird. But when you're in the moment, you know, something kind of switches for me. You know, you get into a different mindset to go into the game, and you kind of enjoy getting hit. You kind of enjoy, you know, getting back up. You kind of enjoy the little things that even right now I don't know how I get there, but you know, when it.
I don't either. There are quarterbacks who are, I don't even like. Have won hardware in a big way in this league. They get hit 6 or more times. It does not happen. I will not name names. Am I to under, like, if I'm to think, when is Bryce Young having the most fun out there? It's when you're when you're getting beat up out. Is that like a fair thing?
I wouldn't say that's the most fun.
Okay.
But yeah, it's up there. I've said it before. It's weird. It's like one of the best feelings you could have in football is, like, you know, you make a throw, you get hit, and you can't see, and you have to go off of the crowd to tell how it went. So if you're at home and the crowd goes crazy, you know it was a good throw. And then if really even more fun when you're on the road and it's a dead silence, and you know you can't see what's going on, so you have to. That's one of, like, you know, I feel like it's one of the things you really can only experience if you play the position. That's one of my favorite parts about the sport. So. Yeah, I guess definitely some joy.
So that's the moment you're having the most fun, silencing a crowd or hearing your own. Can you talk to me a little bit about the Panthers fan base this year specifically? Last year, incredible finish. What a story. And then this year, it was just incredible games, like beautiful football, and so much to be excited about. How much is that fan base growth? How much of that have you felt personally?
Yeah, I've been super grateful for the fan base, for them to come out and support. You know, for us, it means a ton. You know, we work for the community. We want to make sure we're going out and representing the Carolinas the best we can, and for them to show up and support. Just like you said, that the playoff game we had at home, it was a ton of fun. It was an electric environment. You know, that was something that was really cool to see, really cool to be a part of. And you kind of start to see it. You know, it made a real difference in a lot of games that we had. You know, that crowd, you know, people coming out and supporting. And obviously it's on Sundays. It means so much. But even throughout the week and just throughout the year, you know, feeling that support from the Carolinas, from the community, whenever you're out, whenever you're doing something, engaging, hearing, you know, kind of feeling the buzz. You know, we're super grateful for that. We don't take it for granted. And then, you know, it's on us to make sure that we make that consistent, and we make sure that we're, you know, giving the Carolinas that experience.
You know, that graphic you saw about getting, I'm going to just clip that off and send it to Dan. Like, I think I have Dan's number. Email, I think. I can send it his way. How are the extension talks going?
Yeah, you know, I always leave that up to
the best agent in the business.
Exactly, I leave that up to my agent. To that stuff. That stuff's out of my control. But again, I'm super grateful for the Carolinas. I'm super grateful for the Panthers organization. You know, I love Carolina. You know, I've learned for that to be home for me now. I love the building. I love the people around me. So, you know, I let God and the people upstairs handle all that stuff. But I'm grateful to be a Panther.
You also love basketball. All those things you love, and then there's basketball. You're an NBA guy. Go Lakers. I feel like Mr. Morgan has gotten you a basketball roster of sorts. Take a look at these guys. These are some big three over here. I want you to give me an NBA comp, past or present, for each of your skyscrapers here. And let's start with a friend of the show, Teteroa McMillan. What a year he had.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Who's his NBA comp?
I don't know.
At 6'5".
I don't know. Yeah, definitely someone in the perimeter, high flyer. You know, that's a good one.
Hamilton, you got any options for him? Who's
Vince Carter's a great one. Yeah, being able to play, just being so fluid at that size. You know, someone that's, you know what? Because of that, you know, I'll say Shea, because Shea's someone that, when you watch play, he moves like a guard, and you would think like, you know, you'd think he is small, and I think he's 6'6", and it's like you wouldn't tell by how fluid he can move. So because of that, I'll say Shea.
How about the star of honors last night? He was running around with a microphone, Xavier Legette. Yeah. Who's his NBA comp?
I mean, gotta go like just like I'll go like a LeBron.
These are the hardest
crazy
questions.
Yeah, I know.
Asked.
These are I'm
blowing your mind. I love this.
But I mean, just the athleticism he has, and also the work he puts in. You know, people don't see that part. You know, people don't. Obviously, you see Sundays, but how much great energy he brings, how much positive he brings every single day. He's someone who's a super competitor. He's always working at out the details during the week. We're always having conversations about things. He works super hard, and then just the athleticism he plays with, how big he's able to play with, being able to move so fast. You know, so that's why.
And then Coker. Jalen Coker, Holy Cross fame.
I'll go like Russell Westbrook, someone who could do it all. Like, you know, someone, you know, obviously Russ with all the triple doubles, he's super dynamic. You know, Jalen, super athletic, can jump out the gym, does so much for us. Pass game, run game, super versatile. I'm doing a lot better at this than I thought. I didn't really believe in myself before this.
When did you start to really, like, you trust, Coker just kept getting the ball. When did that start? Like, when was the moment that you kind of...
It's been like that. My trust in him has been there for a while. He was a rookie last year and came in undrafted, and you know, he was someone who just kept making plays in training camp and kept making plays and worked his way, you know, from undrafted, worked his way all the way into, you know, earning a spot. And I remember it was just I think it was, I forget what game it was. It might have been like Chicago or something last year. And I wasn't in at the time, and Andy threw him a ball. And every time he got an opportunity, he just took advantage of it. And the way he carries himself also off the field, great dude, you know, isn't too big for anything, always wants to learn, always talking, you know, humble guy. So, you know, it's someone that you want him to succeed, and then you trust him to do everything on the field.
How could you not want Bryce Young to be your quarterback? Like, you are so proud. You were truly, like, sometimes you can't tell on the TV, or you are so, like, physically proud of these guys. You could go on and on about them. I love that.
For sure. I mean, we're in this together. You know, I'm able, the stuff that I've had success with, all this, it's definitely not just me. I have a great group of guys around me. It's super cool, especially, those guys, all the guys on the team, just to see the work that they put in. No one gets to see it, and for them to get attention, anytime I could bring that to some light, they deserve that and way more. So I'm super grateful for them.
Where's Julie? Where's your mom?
She's right there.
Hi, Julie. Your mom and dad are here, which I think is so beautiful. I've never met them. Hi, how are you? You got to present Mom with the Women Raise the Game Legacy Award this week, Bryce. She's been there for you. Heisman, of course, your Maxwell, the other gazillion of awards that you've earned and won. What was running through your head in this beautiful moment?
Yeah, it was super special. I've been blessed to have some awards in my life, and honestly, going up there and giving a speech to I was able to present it to her. That was as emotional as I've ever been. It's really cool because she's such an unsung hero. She does not, it's as a lot of people, she's always in the background, but she's been so steady, so consistent in my life. She's been the backbone of our family, and for her to finally, for her to get recognition, for her to have a moment like that, and just for me to be a part of it, I was super blessed for that.
Up here. I don't know if you can hear him, but I'll send you this clip later. He's got lots of love for his mom, which is amazing, and I'm sure you're so proud in return everything you've done with Young 9 and the foundation and just like uplifting everyone around you. Thank you for being you. I'm not even going to mention this or make you address this. It's in the works. It's on the way.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on.
Congrats, as always. We'll talk to you soon. We'll be back with a very different energy. Puka Nacua is here very shortly. We'll be back.
Nacua shifting. They'll give it to him, and he's got it, and then some. Nacua is going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Rams.
Oh, my God, Puka. Oh, boy. Rare form Puka Nacua, everybody. He's coming in hot. Rare form Puka Nacua. At your service. Two-time Pro Bowler. 2025 first-team All-Pro. Here on behalf of Let's Go Toyota-thon. How you doing, Rams superstar?
Life is good. I got my Toyota jacket. Do you think it looks good?
It looks great. Give us a little, a 360. Come on.
Say less.
A little,
Toyota.
A little dance.
It's wrapped up. I got the Samoan flag in here. 12.
Do the hokey pokey, turn it all around. Get yourself a Toyota. I'd like to know how much you did not sleep last night.
I had a great time. Matthew Stafford won MVP. I can't believe it. There's nobody more deserving. That guy. He's in year 55 playing fantastic football.
Yeah, 55 brilliant years.
There's nothing that would cleanse my soul, make me feel gooder than the NFL posting with him and his daughters and Matthew in there. That's my guy. I get to be next to that human being, and I'm so appreciative of him, and I'm so glad he won that award. And I knew he was coming back, and when he said I'm coming back, I almost did a front flip out on the board. I'm like, Coach McVay's smiling, and I'm like, yo, I'm doing backflips in my head right now.
It was an incredible night. I remember leaving you on the carpet last night before, and your whole thing, it wasn't about me, it wasn't about you said Matthew better win it. If Matthew wins it, we were going, what was the party like? What was the celebration like for Matthew?
I'm just glad Matthew let me in. He had Shake Shack, he had Raisin Cane's over there. We had some good food, so I'm glad I got an invite. They let me in the door, so.
They certainly did. Biggest game of the year in 2 days, and yet, you've been the biggest story of the week, Puka. Did you ever think that tweet would get as much publicity as it did?
No, not at all. That was a thought. I didn't have. My awareness skills were at 0 at that moment, and
you don't regret it. This is great.
No, I don't regret it at all. I would still love to go skydiving. I'm not going to pass that opportunity up. There's only so many moments in life where you can actually feel something, and I know that comes in skydiving.
Have you ever been skydiving? Never?
Never in my life.
Oh, it's fantastic. I've done it. It's
Where'd you go?
in LA.
In LA?
Yeah.
And
like an hour out of LA.
Okay, so you're talking about San Diego or
Paris
Santa Barbara?
skydiving? Paris skydiving?
California?
Yeah. It's beautiful this time of year.
That's a crime that there's a place called Paris,
I don't know
California.
that like Kevin Dumoff. I don't know if Les would be real down for you skydiving. Do they have anything to say?
What camera should I look at to say this?
2.
Mr. Sneed, Mr. Demhoff, and Mr. Pastors. I love you guys all so much. Maui is waiting for us. They have a plane. We're going to fly over the island. Me, you, and I have a +1. We'll all be able to jump out of the plane.
Sydney Sweeney. Listen, you might. Do you know what? Do you know what that is?
something that I desire to have in my house.
It's the real thing.
With every want and dream.
Puka, that's the real one they're going to give on Sunday. That's it.
Cooper Kupp, I love you so much, dude. I can't wait to see you raise the trophy. Please do it for me. Kiss it for me one time. So then when we hang out, I'll at least be in the presence of the trophy. That means everything.
We joke a lot, but you really just had a moment with that. You looked at it, you were quiet, and the first thing that came to your head was Cooper Kupp. That's really cool. Why is that? Why is that the thought?
I've been blessed since the moment I walked into the NFL, and that was one of the people that has blessed my life. And I'm forever grateful for that human being and the football player that he is. I enjoy watching him out there to do his thing, and I love him so much. I'm excited to see number 10 out there on the football field.
That's incredible. And then next year, it's in your backyard again. Let's talk about that. I'd like this to be you. I would like to not see you here on No Sleep.
Trust
that
me.
Voice the way it is. I'd like to see you in bed at 8 p.m. drinking some ginger tea and
I'll
getting
have
ready
some
for
hot
Super
tea, a
Bowl.
little bit of honey, and squeeze some lemons in there. But 100%, I'm like, it'll be 2027 or 2027. Puka Nacua in the Super Bowl, handing Matthew Stafford his first Super Bowl MVP. We're gonna raise the trophy, Mr. Sneed. You're gonna let me do my dance. I'm gonna have the trophy in my hand. And after that, we're all going to Anaheim. It'll be right down the street. It'll be close by. You're more than welcome to come.
Sure. Me and Sydney Sweeney will be in the Cabana Suites, just like screaming your name. It'll be great.
Please pull up. I wait. This is getting even better by the moment.
Okay, you've got game on and off the field, ladies and gentlemen, as we know. Woo! Most receptions in the NFL this year. A first-team All-Pro, and now the NFL record holder for career receiving yards in a game. Thinking back to where you started, my friend, as a fifth-round pick, what does holding a record like that actually mean to you?
It doesn't even feel real. I can't believe that the
company.
I'm the prototype that, or somebody came up like, they got me next to Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
They got you ahead of them, my friend.
That's Calvin Johnson and AB.
Yeah.
My life is good. Hey, thank you, Matthew Stafford. Bless me, Coach McVay. You're the absolute man. I love you, dude. Hey, I can't wait to get back on football, Coach. I'll put my cleats on right now if you need me to. I got a helmet in the back of my Toyota car that's pulling up. My driver Samson's got my car back there. I'm like, the jacket. I don't even need shoulder pads. Just give me the helmet, and I'm ready to roll.
What is it about Coach that makes you want to do that?
I think the genuine connection I feel when we have communication. When I see him in the morning, I'm in the quarterback meetings. We're part of the breakfast. I think I'm part of the Breakfast Club. I don't know if they've actually.
You're in the quarterback meetings?
They let me in every once in a while.
What?
But the way he makes you feel, and the way he's able to communicate, and to create an understanding, to make you feel confident. From the moment I walked into that building, and I was able to have a conversation with him. I saw him last night, obviously, at Matthew's event, and we shared a big hug, and he shared me his Super Bowl ring, and I fitted it out. I tried to fit it on one of my fingers, so I'm like, Coach, that means we got to go get another one. So,
I love everything about that. Would Sean trust you to babysit his two babies?
Jordan, I could for sure babysit his newest son.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out the whole diaper thing.
Yeah, you're still trying. I don't know. He would trust you, though, you think?
100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You talked about Cooper. I love Davante Adams. Huge fan, of course. When you're talking about the blessings you've had, I like that you're aware of the gratitude. You came and you have Sean McVay. You had Matthew Stafford. You had Cooper Kupp. Like it's very visceral what that means to you. Davante Adams, what is the addition of his skill set brought to your life?
I think the human being that he is and the understanding of what it takes to create a team environment and have success. From the moment he walked in, obviously a Hall of Fame player. I grew up a Packers fan. I wear ankle socks because of Davante Adams. I'm like, there's no greater feeling that when he walked in the building and they were like, hey, I'm changing numbers. You can wear number 17. I want to see you have your swag and everything. And there was no moment of, man, we're not on the same page. And from the moment he walked in to the moment we left that football field, there's 1, 2, and 1, 7 will be etched in my brain forever.
Puka, I was in Chicago for that freezing game against the Bears, and I saw Davante, and he was like decaf. He was just like, hey, how are you? I feel good. You were like a pixie stick or something, just like bouncing from person to person. So like, how does that work with you? Where do you meet in the middle?
Ooh,
truly very different energies.
100%. I think I bring Tay out of a little bit of his quiet shell, and he brings me a little bit into my quiet shell.
Huh.
Like, he tells me I probably shouldn't be talking as much, and it probably saves me from a lot of opportunities to get myself in trouble. So I'm grateful for number 17. He's brought my swag up a million times, like times 10. I'm like, or times a million.
Did he approve of the Sydney Sweeney tweet?
I think so. I'm
Yeah,
like,
why
there's
not?
tweets that he's told me that I shouldn't send out, so I hope he approved of that one.
Good to have people care about you and be in your corner. You mentioned Les Snead.
1000%.
Listen, it's year what, 4 for you?
Year
right?
4?
It'll be next year. It'll be season 4. Puka.
Jeez.
Isn't that true?
No.
Yeah. Season 4. What did you think it was? What does it feel like?
It feels like year 17. I feel like Matthew Stafford right now.
You feel like, okay, well, you're not. It's year
Racers.
4. Players of your caliber, my friend, that's typically when like a little Les Snead conversation happens. You bring him some donuts from Stan's. You bring him a coffee. You guys have a little talk.
No,
Has there been any like, hey?
I saw Mr. Demhoff and Tony Pastore yesterday, and we enjoyed a good hug. We embraced each other. We celebrated our guy Matthew Stafford. I didn't think it was the moment for me to tell him that I would like it all. I would like it all in 2 Jordan briefcases, or maybe 3 or 4, however it all works out. But I'm gonna make sure it'll be fun. I'm like, or you could put it in the back of my Toyota Tundra and just let me walk right in with it. I'm like, I think it'll be perfect. It won't fit in my Supra, so we're gonna have to pull out the big truck.
Tell me more about what you're doing with Toyota.
Everything under the sun. I'm like, they're absolutely been the best. I'm like, the other day we had with Eli Manning and
look at this.
We had the glow up flag football event the other day here where we were playing the Pro Bowl. The girls all from the local Bay Area, all
You and
flag
Jordan
football.
Love and
Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, everybody, all the girls were like, hey, we want to do Brock Purdy's Dougie. And I was like, I don't know how to do the Dougie. I'm like, but we figured out how to do a dance, and it was awesome. I'm like, they were out there having a good time. We were the pink team won.
You're in a Super Bowl ad.
Thanks to Bubba Wallace.
Thanks to what?
Thanks to Bubba Wallace.
Oh, okay.
100%.
Sure.
I'm like,
Yeah, of
it's
course.
going to be an absolute blessing. I'm like, it was the best being able to do that. I hope that little Toyota Tundra that's in that car, in our commercial, ends up at my doorstep. Thank you, Deidre.
What's the right Toyota brand, make, and model, color to pick up Sydney Sweeney for a day?
I would love a nice matte black 2-door Toyota Supra, black rims, black interior. We can put a big red spoiler on, blue spoiler. The 49ers, I'm like, I can't see red. I'm like, we're in the Bay Area, and I'm tired of seeing this red. I'm like, the Golden Gate Bridge is not that cool.
She's a car girl.
She's a car girl?
She fixes cars, bro.
2 doors.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It can be taken out. They can be interpreted in many ways. Anyways, Puka Nacua. Last one for you. Hey, Arizona, hiring your OC. What gives?
Now I'm like, everybody's trying to steal from the Coach McVay tree. I'm like,
They always
hopefully,
do every year, but what are they getting, Mr. Mikey LaFleur?
Coach LaFleur is an absolute dog. I'm like, there's nobody. I called him as soon as I saw the news, and then we shared a good moment. And he's a competitor, and in every which way. When we walk out there, he asks me before every single practice if I still love it. And I hope he knows that I do, and I know that he does too. But there's somebody who's been by my side through the ups and the downs. I call him every time I FaceTime him. Me and his son are really good friends. He's the best. I'm like, his family's been awesome to me. We spend time in Hawaii. He's gotten me gifts. I've showed him a couple meals that he should have in Hawaii every time he goes. So I'm sad that I have to beat him up for 2 times a year, but I'm sure we'll still be friends after.
I'm going to let you go. I don't know where the world's taking you today. I want you to be careful. I want you to enjoy your Toyota vibes.
Thank you.
And if Sydney Sweeney doesn't respond to this interview, Sydney, I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what she's doing.
You got to help me out. You're more than welcome.
trying to help
You're
you
more
out.
than welcome to come to the event, because if you're coming to the event, Kay, Sydney Sweeney would, I hope, she can be your +1, +2. I'm like, she can bring whoever she wants. I'm like, we won't stop her at the door for sure. She don't even have to get frisked.
Puka's won't stop her at the door. There's frisking. There's 2 doors. There's a matted out black Supra, I heard, a blue spoiler. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means, but Puka's clearly thought about it once or twice, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for your pure joy as a football player. You are such a pure joy football player. I love watching it, and I can't wait to see what happens this offseason. if he jumps out of a plane, I tried to get him not to. We'll be back. We will not be back. We're going to say, okay, calm down, everybody. Bye. You're the actual best.
Bye. Good to see you.
Yes, of course. I'll see you later today, I'm sure. You'll be in more rare form than usual. Want to come over here, Ham? I think you're going to go out the back. Yeah.
Puka, thank you, man.
I'll see you later.
You're the best.
Sir. Okay. Ready? Okay, love you, bye. Well, that was...
What a way to end it.
There's no way I'd rather end our Super Bowl week than with what just happened. What did I tell you this morning? Pick up the... There's the... Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
What would you like to say, Hamilton, about Puka Nacua?
I mean, you told me he was going to be in rare form. And you did not lie. I still was not prepared for that.
I saw young Puka. I think a little part of all of us could learn a little bit about young Puka.
Yeah.
And how to carry ourselves in this world when we take it too seriously sometimes, you know? Puka lives life. He has a great time. I do want to say this. Huge undertaking, huge great vibes for this entire show. Big thanks to Matthew Hamilton, of course, to FanDuel TV, who brought us the amazing Lombardi Trophy, everyone at the NFL for being so down to clown. I know I pushed the envelope a little bit here and there. I really appreciate it. Our beautiful CEO, Amy Howe, an absolute badass, was here on set today. That means the world. Like, imagine having your boss come and tell you that they like what you're doing. It's just, it's beyond words. I'm so grateful to everyone at Up and Adams, at FanDuel TV, from Mike Schiffman down. Richard Issakow has been here the entire time. Everyone backstage, social, too many people to thank. It is a huge, huge team effort that I'm proud to be a part of. Hammy, anyone else to add?
Yeah, I mean, the whole week, everybody, here we go. Cal Filson.
Can we get the wide shot?
Kiara Rose,
Yeah.
Chris Schwartz, Kat Rogerson.
Let's go,
Damu. Where's MH?
Why not? We've got Luca, we've got Dan, big thanks to Mia, everyone, all of our FanDuel partners. Mary's running around here somewhere. It has been so, and there's a lot of different, levels and layers to what we do with booking and working with teams. And it's just been a tremendous season. So a little, let's go. And subscribe to the YouTube page. We'll see you guys. Great stuff on FanDuel, by the way. Play my parlay. Their daily profit boost, $6 million jackpot, most importantly. So go have fun with product placement. Oh, other way. FanDuel. Bye, guys. Happy Super Bowl. Be safe.